Live coverage of Eastview High School football. I'm Kyle Owen, and alongside me is my color analyst, Keith Burris, and helping us behind the camera tonight is Karen Burris. We welcome you back to another week of Friday Night Football here in Lampasas, Texas, with the matchup between your Eastview Patriots and the Lampasas Badgers. Both squads came away with wins last week as the Patriots improved to 1-1 over the Copperas Cove Bulldogs 40-21. As for the Badgers, they've started off the 2023 season undefeated with wins over Elgin 31-23 in week 1, and then Austin's Northeast Early College High School 49-0 last week. Will the Patriots push themselves over 500, or will the Badgers remain undefeated? We'll find out shortly right here on SHN Sports. Here in Lampasas, Texas, the matchup between the Eastview Patriots and the Lampasas Badgers. This is Kyle Owen. Once again, alongside me is Keith Burris and Karen Burris. We're about 8 minutes away from kickoff here, but before we get everything going, let's dig into the goods and back over Copperas Cove. Saw a lot of good in that game and a lot of firepower from the offense. Keith, what did you see there?
Yeah, I think last week was actually a good rebound game from the Westwood game, and you really saw a more balanced attack. We started seeing more rushes, and we had, I think, 2 or 3 rushing touchdowns, and I think that really kind of threw Copperas Cove off. I'll tell you another thing, too, is that we had some players that returned last week, like T.J. Duncan, and he made a huge impact on the game. And, right now, I'm so excited to be here tonight, and I think that if they can just continue on with their win tonight.
And you talked about that balanced attack. In week 1, we didn't see much from the running back crew and Kareem Edwards, but this past week against Copperas Cove, you mentioned a couple rushing touchdowns. Kareem Edwards was mentioned the co-offensive player of the week alongside Ty Blair, who had that honor back-to-back. In week 1, it was Cormac Guerrero, who also won the Austin American Statesman Player of the Week with 15 touchdowns. The defense, just full-out attack, the defensive front, just really being able to push around O-linemen, and you were able to see it against Westwood. You saw it last week against Copperas Cove, and you may be able to see it tonight once more against this Lampasas Badgers team, but those guys are going to be no pushovers, and when you're looking at the 2 guys that up front, Ronnie Goldman III, the DB, he played really well again. And then you also got to look at Ty Temples, the sophomore nose guard, who came in and was able to really shake things up in the backfield against Copperas Cove. So looking forward to more of a you said that balance attack on offense and the defensive front. As long as they can keep it everything contained in the middle, I think that Eastview has a good chance of winning this game tonight. So just looking forward to the game and looking forward to seeing how this Eastview team fares up against a really, really tough 4A school in Lampasas.
And I tell you, one of the things that, Kyle, that I'm noticing here in Lampasas, first off, if you've never been to Lampasas, it's a really nice town, really good place to come to. But it's kind of like an old school stadium. Everybody, it seems like the whole town probably is showing up right now. Of course, this is homecoming. But, we've with everybody being here and just it should be a big crowd for Lampasas. And as you can see, Eastview starting to fill in the seats themselves. Of course, it's about a 45-minute to an hour drive from Eastview. So for you folks who don't really know the area that well, it's about 45 miles northeast of Georgetown. But anyway it goes, another thing, too, is that what I'm really loving right now is I'm looking out and I'm seeing grass.
Yeah.
You don't get to see a grass field much.
No.
And everybody's playing on AstroTurf these days, and this is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I mentioned it. The last time I've seen a game being played on grass was back when I was in high school and playing JV. We were playing on grass fields, but only ever seen turf fields being played on in the past couple of years. So it is nice to be able to see this grass field, and it looks like it's well kept even in this hot Texas heat. And speaking of, just want to give some shout-out prayers to we saw a wildfire on the way up here about 5 miles south of Lampasas, and just want to keep that family and that area in my thoughts and prayers tonight. Just hopefully everything turns out okay with them, and and not too much gets damaged over there. But looking into the game, I mean, we've got our 4 captains lined up for Eastview, and you see Ty Blair on the far left, and then T.J. Duncan.
And here comes your Patriots.
In the middle left. And, yes, here are your Patriots coming out with the stars and stripes and the come and take it flag as they are getting fired up. Got the blue helmets with the chrome EVs and the numbers on the sides, white jerseys, blue numbers, blue striping down the shoulders, and then the blue pants with white socks. As you hear now, the home crowd getting excited for their Lampasas Badgers as they have made their way out of the field. You notice a size difference between the 2 squads. Your Eastview Patriots, a 5A school, the Lampasas Badgers, a 4A squad, only about 1,000 in enrollment there here for Lampasas. So look to see maybe some depth difference and definitely going to see some guys playing 2 ways for the Lampasas Badgers. And I know a couple of the big names for the Badgers. Their quarterback, Reed Jerome, the junior, also plays linebacker. And then the sophomore running back, he may get some time on the other side of the field as well. I know a couple other guys on that team will be playing both ways, and a lot of those guys going to be the big athletes, so your quarterbacks, your wide receivers, maybe even see some linemen, defensive linemen as well. So,
well, Kyle, I tell you one of the things, and I mean you have to be just a great player to be able to play both ways. But I tell you, in this kind of heat, you wonder, as the game goes on, is it something that Eastview can keep the pressure on Lampasas and maybe look at the endurance and stamina piece of it. But I'm sure they're in great shape. But at the same time, it's an awful lot to play both ways in this kind of heat.
So we mentioned the first 2 captains, Ty Blair and T.J. Duncan, alongside them, the running back Kareem Edwards, as well as Eunice Keeby out there in center field, about to get ready for the coin toss. The captains for the Lampasas Badgers tonight, from left to right, go number 66. That is Brian Ellis. Number 8, that is Eli Cauldron. Number 61, Kevin Castrita. And the number 18, Trenton Hobbs. So a 4 captains for both teams as Lampasas, their whole team lined up right at the numbers, making sure that their captains are backed up by the team, linked arms, everything, and everybody's ready to play some football. 3rd week of the high school season, and things are starting to maybe cool down here a little bit. Not tonight. Still a hot one. The sun is setting. Yep. Temperatures still around about 100 degrees outside, so you mentioned the fatigue on the playing both sides. We definitely may be seeing some of that fatigue throughout the night.
Yeah.
But
and both of these teams need to, of course, I know they're going to focus on getting hydrated because, a lot of times you see this, towards the end of really, games that are played under this kind of weather is that you start getting cramps. And so I'm sure both teams are really focusing on making sure they're hydrated, but that could play a role. You never know.
And as the referee continues to talk to the captains, we'll find out here shortly who will be starting with the ball and which sides each team will be going to. So it looks like Eastview is going to defend the north side of the field, Lampasas to defend the south side. And we'll see from the umpires or the referees that Eastview will be receiving the ball to start, as Lampasas, I assume, has elected to defer, and they will start with the ball in the second half. And it is homecoming night here for the Badgers, so lots and lots of people in the crowd. As we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, as the national anthem will begin shortly. So don't go anywhere. You're listening to Eastview High School football right here on SHN Sports. And we're back. Welcome to SHN Sports. This is a production of Eastview High School football, and we are about to get things kicked off. But before we do, just wanted to mention a couple of our sponsors for the evening. As Charles Schwab, the Eric Johnson Georgetown office, Ideal Signs, Kaya, First Choice Roofing, True Form Metal Service, American Fence and Supply, Lone Star Paving, Sonic Austin Avenue location in Georgetown, Hydrate, HTO in Georgetown, Golden Chick in Georgetown, and Texas Crushed Stones. Those are our sponsors for tonight. We'll go over them one more time at halftime, but we want to thank them for today and giving y'all this production of Eastview High School football, your Patriot Pride home network right here on SHN Sports. All
right, it's time for kickoff.
That is getting time and ready to go as the Lampasas Badgers kick team will start things off, and your Eastview Patriots will receive to start the game. Lampasas, their kicker for the day, number 11, Landon Richardson, the senior defensive back, will be the kicker for Lampasas. As back to receive deep for the Eastview Patriots, looks like Cormac Guerrero, Joseph Champlin, as well as TJ Duncan, all two seniors and a sophomore out there for Eastview looking to receive the ball. As
right,
everybody
it's time
spreads
to play
out.
some ball.
And once the ball is kicked, the clocks will be ticking here in Lampasas, Texas. Here's the kick, and we're off. TJ Duncan gets it at the goal line. He's going to take it himself. We're at the 10. Gets one outside of the 5. Misses a couple tackles. Breaks a tackle. And finally gained up right at the 30-yard line as the Lampasas Badgers make a stop on the kickoff. So your Eastview Patriots will start at the 30-yard line at a 1st and 10 in their own territory. 9 seconds ticked off the clock there on the kickoff, 11:51.
Yeah, Kyle, of course, our offense, like we mentioned, we're trying to keep up what we did last time, but you also mentioned when we were talking before the game, Lampasas has 7 returning defensive starters, so they look to be formidable. And
a play-action pass, this one off TJ Duncan. He gets a first down after breaking a tackle, adds about 3 on the play, down to the 43-yard line, and a first down for Eastview Patriots.
First play out, go right back to TJ, and
Ty Blair got
already bringing back some of that magic from last week.
So another snap, this one off quickly, and fakes it to Cormac Guerrero. He's going to keep it himself, rolls out to the left side. He's got some room to run down to the 50-45 and pushed out of bounds, but not after he gets a first down to the 46-yard line, and another Eastview first down. 2 first downs on 2 plays for the Patriots. You saw that quintuplet look over there on the screenplay. Did a lot last week against Copper's Code. Didn't see it against Westwood, and it looks like Lampasas was ready for it. But here comes Cormac Guerrero on the jet sweep. He gets out to the outside and will lose about 2 on the play as a slew of Badgers meets him in the backfield.
Well, Blair, the play before, Blair did a really good job. That was a busted play, and he was able to get out and get a first down, so made something out of nothing there.
So 2nd and 12, Lampasas holding their own here in their own territory as Eastview will throw the ball off. This one off to Kareem Edwards. Kareem Edwards got some room down to 25, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, Patriots.
And that was a little shaky camera work, folks. That was my my fault trying to keep up with him. That play happened quick, and that was an awesome play.
Yeah, Kareem Edwards got out into the flats, and nobody was there and was able to beat the secondary with ease as the fake swinging gate comes out, and they will bring the kicking team instead. Better hurry it up. Only got about 15 seconds to kick this ball off for the extra point. But it is 6-0. Your Patriots lead it here against the Badgers. Kick is up, and line drives underneath the field goal. It is no good, as the extra point is missed by the kicker, Asriel Denias. So 6-0 here, as only 1 minute and 3 seconds have ticked off the clock of game time. And your Lampasas, or your Eastview Patriots, take an early lead in the first drive.
That was very got some dynamic players with another big plays on that drive with TJ and Kareem both, and being led by the seniors tonight so far.
And this offense looking like it's going to be able to run the ball pretty well and maybe get some good passes off against this Lampasas team. And as we mentioned, a lot of those guys playing two ways, so it's only going to get more and more throughout the night. The fatigue, the coaching staff is really going to have to step up and try to put something together on defense to figure out how to stop this fast-paced Eastview offense. So off to kick it away, Asdriel Dionis set to kick it from the 40 back deep to receive for Eastview. Number 7, Jet Walker, the running back, the sophomore out there, as well as Bryson Roberts, the sophomore wide receiver. So 2 sophomores, as Walker will get this one and tackled about the 23-yard line. Fumbles or kind of muffs the kick there, trying to receive it. Finally gets a hold of it and will not be able to get back to the line to gain, which is the 25, where they would have started if he just fair caught it. So the 23-yard line, 1st and 10, coming for the Lampasas Badgers. Your Eastview defense out on the field. Starters for the night.
What you want right now, Kyle, is since you went out and got such a quick touchdown, you want your defense to come out and shut down Lampasas so we can get back on the field.
In the middle for the starters, starting linebackers, Luis Castillo, Caden Childs. On the outside, Jordan Henderson, as well as Grover Moore III. And in the back, in the safety position, Ronnie Goldman III, as well as number 25, Joseph Champlin. So this one's going to be handed off to Walker. Walker's going to bust one up loose, and he's got some room to run. Breaks a couple tackles down to the 40. He's got some space. Will he beat it out? Pushed out of bounds at about the inside the 10. And almost took it to the house on the first play of the game on offense for Lampasas. A about 75-yard run. Almost 70 yards exactly for Jet Walker, the sophomore. He's got some power and some speed in the backfield for Lampasas.
Yeah, defense, they crowded the line of scrimmage, and as soon as he broke past that line of scrimmage, he was pretty much gone. Really good run there.
So shotgun formation, 2 in the backfield. They're going to hand this one off one more time, but met in the backfield by Jacob Vasquez, the junior defensive lineman.
Yeah, he came up and stuck him pretty good, so that was a great tackle. Read it perfectly.
Vasquez really able to get in the backfield and shake things up. Defensive end on the tackle for loss against Jet Walker. So 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. Shotgun formation, they'll motion this over, dump off to the wide receiver, number 81. That is Ty Johnson, the freshman out here playing on Friday nights.
Looks like he got down to about the, 3-yard line maybe?
Just about, and a pickup of about 5 on 2nd down. So a 3rd and goal with 3 to gain. And Lampasas knocking on the door, trying to get 6 points here early. The DBs off their men for a little bit, but they got back on. Here comes shotgun snap. This one's going to be a quarterback keeper through the middle, and that is a touchdown by Reed Jerome. The Lampasas Badgers tied up 6-6 with an extra point pending, which would give them the lead and the first lead of the game.
We're 2:38. Yeah, we're 2:38 into the game, and we already have 2 touchdowns. So that's we might have us a scoring affair tonight, folks.
So pushing away, and especially with this heat, and the kick is up and good. So the Badgers now have a lead, 7-6 here early in the ball game. 9:22 on the clock. Both teams have 3 timeouts remaining as the Lampasas Badgers take the first lead on their first drive, and the only reason they have the lead is the line drive on the missed extra point from Eastview.
Yeah, those are things that you hope they don't come back and bite you later on in the game. But we still got a lot of game left. But I tell you, both cases tonight, the offenses have pretty much outmatched their opposing defenses here. So it's going to be interesting to see what defense gets the first stop.
And both, like I said, they're the Lampasas team. Got a lot of guys playing both ways, so we'll see how that affects their defense as well. And then Eastview, we know the firepower that they have on offense, and they can move very quickly down the field, as we saw earlier. I mean, only a minute to get their first points in the game. So the kicker once more for Eastview, Landon Richardson. The defensive back will kick things off for the Lampasas Badgers. So getting ready to go. Start the third drive of the game, the third kickoff of the game as well. And TJ Duncan gets this one at the goal line. He'll take it out. He's at the 15-20, gets loose, breaks a couple tackles, bounces to the outside, dragging a guy down to the 35 to about the 38-yard line is where they'll mark him down. And it'll be a 1st and 10 for your Eastview Patriots from the 38-yard line.
That's a nice run. That's a great way to get started. Starting out at the 39-yard line, so we're 61 yards away from pay dirt. Let's see if the offense can keep up the rhythm that they had last time they're out on the field.
So they did give him an extra yard as they're down to the 39. And a little bit shorter field than last time for Eastview. As Ty Blair will fake hand this one off and dumps it out to Keyston Rainey, the junior who drops the pass on first down, 2nd down and 10. So the kicker I mentioned was the DB. He is the free safety for Lampasas. And this one, a jump on the left side. No call there as Ty Blair rolls out to the right, and he gets some pressure in the backfield, a couple blocks from the big guys. And this one to Cormac Guerrero, he's out of bounds. And the intended receiver, Cormac Guerrero, just not able to corral it inbounds. And it brings up a 3rd down and 10 for Lampasas.
Well, it seems like Lampasas is, when we've tried the shorter passes, it seems like we've had a couple busted plays, and right there,
so coming back out,
go shorter.
Ty Blair, he's going to roll to the right. He gets this one off to Luke Martin, who's back in his number 2 uniform. Last week was number 24.
That's 1st down.
And he'll get enough for the first. That's into Lampasas territory on the 49-yard line. So Eastview making their way downfield, and a good 3rd down and long conversion there. It's their first 3rd down conversion of the evening. Here goes a handoff to the running back as Jalen Edmondson will pick up about 3 on the play, down to a 2nd down and 7. 46-yard line. Scream Edwards and Ty Blair in the backfield. Guerrero on the right side by himself, 3 to the left. A look to Guerrero, an out route. This one a little too high for Cormac. And it'll be 3rd down and 7 from the 46.
Now, Lampasas has actually done a really good job so far. I know they've given us a big play so far against Eastview, but they've also gotten some pressure on the quarterback. And so
another handoff to Edmondson. Edmondson pushing his way forward.
Oh, you got to like that run.
A 4-yard gain. That'll be a 4th and 3. And in no man's land, I would expect Ty Blair and the offense to stay out there for 4th down. Last week, pretty successful on 4th down conversions as well.
Yeah, Edmondson, that was a nice run. I mean, when he got hit at the line of scrimmage, he kind of drug a few guys with him, just kept churning the legs.
So 1st down, this one in the backfield. It's a quarterback keeper, and they're going to hold him at the line of scrimmage. And Lampasas forces a turnover on downs as Ty Blair cannot find a yard on 4th. So 1st and 10 coming up now for Lampasas from the 42-yard line, and Eastview defense going to have to make a stop to try to hold on to this 1-point deficit.
Like I was saying before the last play is that what you've noticed so far, Kyle, is that, yes, we've had a couple of big plays, but Lampasas has shown that they can get back to in the backfield, back to hit Blair, because he's already been hit a couple times tonight already.
So shotgun formation, trips right for Lampasas. They're going to roll this one out to the right side. It is tipped but caught by number 12, Bryson Roberts. He'll get upfield for about 5 yards on the play. They'll give him 4, so 2nd down and 6 coming up for Lampasas from the 46-yard line. So quarterback for the Badgers, Reed Jerome, the junior quarterback / linebacker. Stepping in, shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers to the right and left. In the backfield with him, Jet Walker. They're going to motion Walker out to the left side. He'll look at him and then look downfield. He's got an open receiver by the 1st down, and he will not get there. He'll be a yard short from the 48, so a 3rd and 1 coming up and a big 3rd down. And they move the ball a yard from the spot, and they give him a 1st down anyways.
That was a nice open field tackle by Vasquez. That's the 2nd time we've called his name tonight.
And Ty Johnson, the freshman wide receiver, just unable to get out of the hands of Vasquez.
He's a defensive lineman down the field making that tackle, so very impressive.
So 2 down linemen for Eastview, 2 linemen ready to go on the left side, as this one will be a run up the middle for about half a yard, if a yard. They'll bring up a 2nd and 9 now for Lampasas from the 47-yard line.
D-line did a good job of getting that push up front and just allowing them Lampasas not to get any yards there.
So out wide, 2 wide receivers on the right side, 1 to the left. Got a tight end on the field as well. And that freshman, and this one, a pitch outside the running back as Jet Walker gets a couple yards, but there is a flag in the backfield, and that should be holding. So 5 yards for Eastview and a 2nd down and 14 coming up.
Well, that play was very close to going the wrong way for Lampasas. Trying to pitch it out, and that was, I think they were holding their collective breath right then. Oh, we got us a penalty here.
Yep, it is that holding penalty, and it'll move it back 5 yards. So they're still trying to spot the ball. And there it is. As we'll get the official call from the referee. Oh, it's not a holding. I'm not sure what this is. It was definitely an illegal block by the Badgers. Maybe somebody a little bit too far downfield since they threw this ball to the running back. And it's a 10-yard penalty rather than just the 5. So 2nd down and 19 for the Badgers. Eastview got 6 guys in the block. Corners all circled in this bunch set for Lampasas. 2 wide receivers close in on both sides and a running back in the pistol formation behind the quarterback.
They're audible into a different play. You wonder if they're going to run the ball right now.
So looking out, here it goes. They're going to hand this one off. It's going to bounce to the outside and caught in the backfield. Bounces off a couple guys and finally met at the 50-yard line after picking up a gain of 7. So 3rd down and 12 coming up and a long 3rd down for Lampasas. But they can get the yards, and they gave him 8 on the play, so 3rd and 11 now from the 49 and now Patriot territory.
Yeah, hopefully if Patriots can keep them from getting just a few yards, I think you can get Lampasas possibly punting the ball, but as you said, sometimes you get in that no man's land. They might be going for it if they get a 4th down.
Shotgun formation, 3 to the right. They're going to pass this one off, dump it off to 46, the tight end, Hagen Oneken, a junior who picks up a 1st down and then some down inside the 30-yard line to the 28.
He kind of ran down the seam right down the middle of the field, and he found a hole in the defense, and the quarterback put the ball right on the money.
So 46 on the reception. That is Hagen Onken, the junior from Lampasas. So in shotgun formation once more. Reed Jerome, he'll hand this one off to Walker. Walker up the middle. He's got some room and breaks it loose for a first down, and then some down inside the 15 to the 12. And now in the red zone, Lampasas, as they move things quickly.
Yeah, they went straight back. It looks like they already had this play already called.
As they'll audible, Jerome steps up, looks back to the quarterback. So Reed Jerome, shotgun once more behind him, Jet Walker. They're going to look to the left, fake pass, or fake run. They dump this one off to Preston Isom, and he's going to be hit at the goal line, but not before he scores a touchdown. And Lampasas taking a 13-6 lead here early in the first. 3:58 remaining in the first quarter as Lampasas Badgers have a touchdown lead, looking to take an 8-point lead with the extra point here. The kick is up, and it is good. And it is 14-6 now, 3:58 remaining as Lampasas leads it by 8.
Kyle, right now, our defense hasn't really been able to find a solution for Walker. He's busted out some big runs so far today, and he's a good-sized player, and he's just putting his head down, and he's going, and right now our defense has to step it up.
And a sophomore, only his second season here in Lampasas and as a high schooler, and showing why he is seeing the field on Friday nights instead of on Thursday for his head coach. Coach Troy Rogers, athletic director.
I'm sure the Lampasas faithful are really excited about having him for another couple of years after this year.
I'm sure they're excited about this game today as well, as we are only here in the first quarter. 3:58 to go in the first. Lampasas homecoming tonight as we get ready to kick things off for the fourth time today. The kicker, number 11, Landon Richardson, will get this one up, and it's a pooch kick down to about the 20, and it is out of bounds. And the Lampasas faithful a little upset because he touched the ball, and they're going to call him down at the 21 rather than the flag. They called the flag off for, looks like Kareem Edwards. He just kind of patted the ball outside, but he was out of bounds. And it would have been a delay of game by the kicking team, but not a delay of game, as Kareem Edwards maybe had a foot in when he touched the ball, and they're calling him out at the 21-yard line. So silly mistake there, but
that's what, about a 4-yard mistake?
Well, probably 15, because it would have been up to the 35.
35.
So in the backfield, Kareem Edwards, he'll get the ball. He'll take a couple steps and get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it. He'll pick up one down to the 22-yard line. It is now 2nd and 9 for Eastview.
I'd like to see if at some point Eastview's going to try to attack the middle of the field in the air.
So Ty Blair, another handoff.
Because if you notice, most of these plays so far that we've had passing has been kind of out to the side.
There's a flag on the field as well. So Ty Blair on the quarterback keeper, flag on the ground. And it's offsides on the defense, so free play there for Ty Blair in the offense. As they'll move it up 5 yards for 2nd down and 4 coming up now, and some positive yards for the Patriots. Second and 4 coming up. Ty Blair, shotgun formation. He's going to roll this one out to the left. Look to the right. He's got an open receiver in Cormac Guerrero downfield. He's got some room to run, and you know he's quick. Down to the 25, 20, 10. Touchdown,
there
Patriots.
You go. But Kyle, like I was saying just before a previous play, we kept throwing to the outside, to the sidelines, and it'd be interesting to see what would happen if we attacked the middle of the field. And you saw the very next play, you saw what happened. Attacked the middle of the field, and Guerrero goes for the TD.
So I'm going to assume they're going to go for 2 here. Fake swinging gate. They'll get back in a normal formation. Empty backfield. Shotgun for Ty Blair. He's going to look to the right. Goes back to the left, and he's got a receiver in Luke Martin in the end zone. That is a 2-point conversion, and the ball game is tied at 14 with 3:16 remaining in the quarter. So only about 38 seconds clicked off the clock on that drive. So Lampasas will get the ball with some time, and here's left in the first.
Yeah, we still have 3 minutes and 16 seconds left in the first quarter here in this 14-14 game. But one of the things I want to mention, too, on that 2-point conversion, one thing I've noticed about Blair is that when Blair gets to the point and he just has to find somebody to be able to try to get that extra yard or be able to dish it out, it always seems to fall in Luke Martin's hands.
And Luke Martin, I mean, him and this wide receiver core for Eastview, him, Cormac Guerrero, don't want to miss anybody. I mean, TJ Duncan, Seth Dimmel, all of these guys, they are very, very integral parts of this Eastview offense, and hope to continue to see success out of them all season long as Eastview and the Patriots back out onto the field to kick things off back to the Lampasas Badgers. So kickoff from the 40. This one received at the 10. He's going to take it out from the 25, and big hit there by Eastview's Jalen Edmondson, the running back, laying down the line. That actually may have been Samuel Arnett, the sophomore, who's linebacker for Eastview.
I'll tell you, I know you were talking a little bit about players of the games and stuff last week, and it just reminds me, you're talking about a hit right there. The actual big hit of the week last week was for who? Remember, it was Diana's.
Yeah,
the sure punter. Was. Remember, they got that big hit, and that, I tell you, as soon as you get a big hit, this happened right after a touchdown. So let's see if this gets our defense going here.
So there was a penalty on the play against Eastview. The defensive linemen got down, and they're like, we're supposed to be 10 yards that way. So they moved it up. Not sure what the call was, but here we go from the 42. This one snapped. They're going to hand it off to the running back, Jet Walker, as the sophomore picks up 8 on the play. 2nd down and 2 coming up now from the 49 in Eastview's territory.
I guess if you're ever going to have a running back name, that would be the name to have.
Jet.
They say Jet, or you said, I'm sorry, I thought you said Jet.
It's Jet, J-E-T-T.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that would,
yeah.
If you're going to have a running back's name, that's the one you'd want to
think of names like Speedy Noyle and guys like that. Jet, turning on the Jets. Earlier today in that long 70-yard run. They're going to fake this one to Jet, and then this one in the middle. Wide receiver wide open. Cuts up field. Bryson Roberts, the other sophomore, out there for Lampasas. Picks up the ball on the slant for 1st down inside the 30 to the 28.
Defense as well, and has found some success.
So 2 wide receivers on top, 1 on the left side, a tight end as well, 11 technique. They'll motion over wide receiver to the full side, so 3 now and empty on the left. They're going to hand this one off. No, keep it himself. Through the middle, almost untouched. Gets through a couple more tackles. And down to the 10-yard line now.
They're just running the ball right down between the tackles, Kyle.
Doing a good job of it.
Yeah, just right now, Eastview just doesn't seem to have an answer for it just yet.
Reed Jerome and Jet Walker's got some speed in the backfield. We know Reed, not just a quarterback, an athlete out there on the field, can run the ball. He's a linebacker for this Badgers team. 2 wide receivers on both sides, no tight ends, and a running back. Here it goes. They're going to roll this one out to the right. Looking back left, and in the middle of the end zone for a touchdown is Ty Johnson, the freshman wide receiver. Picks up the game. The go-ahead touchdown for the Badgers, 20-14 now, with 1:19 remaining here in the first quarter.
Oh, we got enough time for one more touchdown this quarter.
Oh, yeah.
The way this game's going.
The way this game is going, Eastview's been able to score quick, and so have the Badgers. Here comes the kick. It is up and good. As Landon Richardson puts it through the uprights to take the 7-point lead, 21-14, with about a minute 19 remaining in the first. You mentioned the pass through the middle, or kind of a slant option route, being the way Lampasas has been able to move the ball besides the ground, and something that Eastview may want to think about doing themselves. We saw it with Cormac Guerrero, kind of more of a post route, but still a really good route to the middle of the field to try to get things into the end zone.
It seems like right now that Lampasas is running the ball, and then it sets up the few passes that they have, and Eastview is kind of opposite of that. They got the passes and trying to set up the run a little bit, but Lampasas defense really seemed to be trying to focus on stopping the run for Eastview, and I think that's how you can kind of attack that matchup over the middle of the field. Start going vertical.
Vertical is Keith Burris's way to win this game, so we'll see how point lead for the Badgers as they kick this one off, and it is a onside and recovered on the onside kick, and Eastview was not expecting that. Recovery by Jonas Sanchez, the senior wide receiver, and he almost let it go out of bounds, but now Lampasas has the ball from their own 49-yard line, went 11 on the kick. That's all you need after 10. You can touch it whenever you want, and just what a surprise there from Lampasas.
Well, I tell you, Lampasas has come to play tonight, and so we, Eastview, we've got to be on our toes, because as soon as, you kind of get in that lull of, hey, we score, kickoff, and then their coach decides, hey, let me throw this little wrinkle in there and see if anybody's paying attention.
Yep, and taking advantage of it.
It worked out for them.
For sure. So 49-yard line now. Lampasas 1st and 10. This one's going to be a fake as they hand it off to the running back, and then they toss it back to the quarterback. They get a receiver open downfield. That's the freshman. He's caught from behind as Ty Johnson on the reception gets down on about a 25-yard run.
They're immediately going to line up.
35 yards, and immediately line it up down inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 15, so they do give them only 34.
I think their coach feels like he's playing with the house money. You just got you a onside kick, so he's going to go down the field.
So another 1st and 10 for Lampasas, as they'll check the play and a little audible.
And defense really needs to stop here.
Reed Jerome gets set back up. Jerome, shotgun formation, heels on the 30. They're going to get this one off, but there is a flag. It'll be a false start on Lampasas.
It's 37 seconds in the first quarter. And this has been almost by the time it's over with, it'll be close to, 40 minutes?
Yeah. And
for one quarter.
Moving.
False start.
lot of scores. Moving the ball quickly down the field. We could be here for a little while. As long as everything continues. And it's not a repeat of that 82-80 score from Liberty Hill the other night.
Yeah, I didn't even know that, and I saw that today, and that was insane.
So 37 seconds, 1st and 10. Hands the ball off to Jet. Jet Walker tripped up on the play. Will pick up only 2. So 2nd and 8 coming up for Lampasas from the 13-yard line.
We got 14 seconds left.
I think they're just going to run it
looks
off.
like they're going to, just kind of run it off.
So Lampasas leaves the field with some time remaining in the first, and we'll flip it over. As they flip it over, we'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, though. You're listening to Patriots football on SHN Sports. They're trailing it 21-14 as we head to the second. Welcome back to Lampasas, Texas, as the Badgers marching their way down the field, holding on to a 21-14 lead. Got the ball on an onside kick and have moved it down the field quickly. Lampasas quarterback Reed Jerome in the backfield has 2 guys back there with him for the first time today. That as they hand this one off, no, he'll keep it himself.
They don't really run the ball outside, do they? They just kind of run between the tackles. They've had really good success so far. We've got to start getting some push from the defensive line, start pushing them back, closing those gaps.
So Lampasas once more lining up 3rd and 4 from about the 8-yard line. They're going to motion this over, and a fake jet sweep in the backfield and dropped on the throw from Reed Jerome. Lampasas fans, you hear that "oh" from the crowd, and they'll have to settle for a field goal. And it's looked like it so far. Landon Richardson has a pretty decent leg, a lot of control of the ball out of his foot. And this should be
I'd watch out for the fake as well.
About
because with what they've done so far, who knows?
25-yarder, and it is up and good through the uprights. And it is now a 21-14 lead as Lampasas leads it with 11:18 remaining here in the first half in the second quarter.
You know, if I'm Coach Wall, you know, when I'm talking to the defense, you know, right? Yes, they just got 3 points, but that, you know, that's the win.
Yes.
Because we've been, you know, Lampasas has basically been able to go up and down the field on us. So to be able to stop them, to be able to hold them to a field goal, you can count that as a win and hopefully build some momentum there.
And starting on their side of the ball makes it a little bit harder to try to keep them out of the end zone. And the defense did a good job there of getting a stop there in the red zone and put their offense back out on the field for Eastview.
As you can tell right now, you can see, if you notice, they got Luke Martin close here on the 40-yard line, starting to put, a lot of football teams have what's called a hands team. You have the guys got really good hands. Try to get them up closer just in case they try to do this again. But I have a feeling they're going to kick this one off.
Yeah, so we've seen 3 different styles of kicks from Landon Richardson tonight. And we'll see which one they bring out for this one, as they spread out that front line a little further than they did last time. Probably for the best. We got 5 guys up front, 3 in the middle, 2 in the back, 3 in the back. This one a pooch kick to the 30-yard line, caught and bowled over for about a 4-yard gain to the 34. Looks like Samuel Arnett, the sophomore, on the reception. It was caught at the 30 and then gave him 5 on the play. So 1st and 10 from the 35 now. Eastview football. And it's their first drive in a little while. That onside kick.
You see Guerrero down here at the bottom of the screen trying to get a one-on-one matchup.
They'll hand this one off as
and there he goes.
Edwards gets some room. He'll cut up field for a 1st down and more. Down into Lions territory, and there's a flag on the field, and it's going to come back. So what was positive is now negative. And the holding call from the 39-yard line will go back 10. And it'll be a 1st down and 16. So the Patriots with a holding call.
They like to want to get that running game going. And that definitely hurts the momentum, but we still 1st down.
11 minutes and counting on the clock. This one back to Edwards. Edwards cuts up field, and he'll pick up about 3 on the play. Let's bring up a 2nd and 13 now for the Patriots. So Edwards in the backfield alongside Ty Blair. Ty Blair, shotgun formation. He's going to roll this one out to the right. He's got some room to run. He'll pick it back up to the original line of scrimmage and about 5 more. They'll say he stepped out at the 38-yard line. It'll be a 3rd down and 7 coming up for Eastview. So Ty Blair, shotgun once more. He's going to look to his right, look back to the left. He's got a receiver in Cormac Guerrero, but it is incomplete, as it is just a tad overthrown, and Guerrero could not find the ball on the play. And the punt team is coming out for the Patriots. The first punt of the game.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
So 10 and a half minutes.
This is going to be a critical junction, I think, of the game, Kyle, is that we've got our defense has to start stopping Lampasas, because you definitely don't want to go by.
So here's a punt, and it's a good one. They're going to get this one at the 25, and it's some open field tackling. Good shoestring tackle there by Christian Mendoza, the senior, coming in, grabbing the shoestring, and then the Eastview Patriots finally finishing it off.
I was going to say that this is the time that we need to make the stop, because you definitely don't want to go down by 17 points.
No, you do not.
Before halftime. So we've got to be able to stop them and basically start erasing that lead.
Try to keep this a 2-possession game going.
Honestly, I think right now where we need the biggest push, we need a big push from the defensive line, because they're doing a good job of running the ball. They're very aggressive, and we need to be able to insert a wheel against them.
Only 5 in the box. We'll get this one out to the running back, and he'll pick up about 4 on the play to the 31-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6 on the run from the sophomore Jet Walker. So shotgun formation once more, a couple fake snaps, and they'll stop. Saw him say HUD about 4 times and then look to the sideline for an audible 15 seconds on the play clock. 9:52 on the game. This one handed off to Walker. He'll bounce it to the outside. He's got some room to run. Turns on the Jet, and Jet Walker pushed out of bounds right around the 40, and they'll give it to him at the 43-yard line, but not before he picked up a first down. And I see a flag on the field, and that is going to come all the way back for a Patriot. Or for the Lampasas Badgers. They'll move them back 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and they say the holding penalty was behind the line of scrimmage, so they may move this one back 11 yards from the original. So here it goes, and they say it is a block in the back from the 30. So this one being moved back to the 20. The line to gain is the 37. So 2nd and 17 coming up. 2nd and 17 coming up for Lampasas. And we apologize for the technical difficulties. We will try to fix this as soon as we can on the next stoppage of play. I'll keep things in your ears, though, as the 2nd and 16 coming through. And this one dumped off to the freshman, and he is not able to get it on the screen play. He'll lose about 5 on the play to about the 15-yard line. And hopefully everybody back home can still hear me. So we'll try to keep it, I'll keep it in your ears as much as I possibly can as we stay frozen for the time being. Shotgun formation, trips right. Coming for Lampasas, Reed Jerome, shotgun formation. They're going to check on the play. Looks back to his right towards his sideline as they hold on to a 10-point lead. Trying to eat some clock here for the first time in the game, down below 9 minutes. 3rd and long and about 20. They're going to dump this one out to the wide receiver, and he's going to be hit in the backfield. And the ball's on the ground, but they're going to call him down. That was KJ Reed, the sophomore wide receiver, on the reception. And
nice play. That makes it 4th and 17. This is exactly what we needed, Kyle.
Exactly what they needed, and long play here for Eastview as the scoreboard is keeping up. The camera just isn't. So the scoreboard's keeping up. The camera is not working, so we'll keep you updated as much as we can. So punt formation coming for Lampasas. This one, the punt booted off. It's going to hit about midfield. Cormac Guerrero is going to let it bounce. He'll pick it up on the bounce at the 50-yard line to the 40. He's got some room to run and finally tackled at the 38. And a big hit there by Lampasas as he cuts it across the field towards the Eastview bench. And they're going to get a 1st down and 10 from the 39-yard line. And Eastview, they're going to have some room, or they're going to have a short field here in the 2nd quarter. 8 minutes, 6 seconds as they trail it by 10, 24-14. 1st down and 10 for the Patriots from the 39. Shotgun formation. TJ Blair, 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He's got Edwards in the backfield. He'll fake this one off. It's going to be caught and dropped on the play. That's going to be an incomplete pass at the 35-yard line as Keeson Rainey unable to corral the catch from Ty Blair. Would have picked up at least 5 on the play on the reception before even getting to run the ball. So Ty Blair trips right, or trips left, 1 on the right. He's going to fake this one off to Edwards. They're going to get this through the middle. He's intercepted at the 40. Room to run, and finally tripped up. He'll get tripped up at the 47-yard line, and that is going to be an interception for Lampasas. And the interception by Eli Calderon, the junior linebacker, picks off Ty Blair right about midfield on the yard line. Is where Eastview will have to defend the Badgers when they set things off. So the Badgers not on the field yet as they finally break their huddle on the sideline. Eastview waiting for them on the field. 24-14. We'll try to figure this out hopefully To keep y'all updated as much as we possibly can. We understand the video is not working right now. We apologize. As Lampasas will start with the 1st and 10. Shotgun formation. Jerome, he'll get this one off to Isom, and he's going to pick up a first down inside the 45-yard line to about the 42-yard line as Preston Isom, the senior tight end, will pick up about 11 on the play for 1st down and 10 from the 42. So 1st and 10, shotgun formation, Reed Jerome, the junior quarterback. He'll stop the play, ask for an audible. He'll look over to the sideline, tell his O-lineman as Eastview gets back set. Shotgun once more. They'll move over Jet Walker to the right side of him. 1 wide receiver on the left, 2 wide receivers to the right, tight end as well. 11 Tech. They're going to give this one to Walker. Walker only pick up about 2 on the play, and a 2nd down and 8 now coming up for Eastview, or for Lampasas. 2nd and 8 with 7 minutes remaining in the half. Lampasas still leading it by 10, 24-14. Shotgun formation once more for Jerome. He'll call it up. He'll look over to the sideline once more. They have it's a bunch formation with the running back behind him and Walker. They're going to give this one. They're going to keep it for throw, and this one big hit in the backfield, but will break the tackle and get upfield for about a 4-yard gain.
That was a good hit. He came up and got him pretty good, but at the same time, he didn't wrap him up.
They only give him 3. It'll be 3rd and 5, and a big 3rd down from the 40 or 37-yard line as Lampasas trying to march their way down. Eastview doesn't want to let them do it. 6:14 and counting left in the quarter and the half. 3rd and 5. Here it comes. Shotgun formation. Walker on the left. 2 wide receivers on the bottom and 1 up top. They're going to get this one off, dump it off to the left side. He's got a 1st down and then some. Inside the 30 is Preston Isom one more time, the senior tight end, with a nice out route there to pick up the 1st down inside the 30 to the 27. 5 minutes, 45 seconds and counting remaining in the half. The Badgers marching down the field, almost in the red zone, only 2 yards away from the 27. 2nd quarter here.
Got to get a stop here.
As they march down on the south side of the field, Eastview Patriot territory. 1st and 10 once more. Here comes shotgun from Jerome. He'll keep it himself up the middle. He's got about 10 on the play, and they'll mark him down about half a yard or a yard short from the 1st, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 1 on the quarterback keeper from Reed Jerome. 5 minutes. The clock ticks down as Reed Jerome tries to look over to the sideline for his new play. He'll get it into the team. He's got 3 wide receivers on the right side, 1 to the left, his running back on the left side as well. Only 10 technique. As this one in the end zone, up and intercepted but dropped. The shotgun pass in and out.
That was Jordan Henderson
of the hands.
Yeah, it was Jordan Henderson in the end zone and right in his hands, and he just couldn't hold on to it.
And just not there, which would have brought him out to the 25 to start off a drive with 4:46. The clock will stop, and it'll be 3rd down and 1 now for Lampasas on the touchdown shot. The freshman Ty Johnson breaks the huddle. They're going to look for a quarterback sneak here. Reed Jerome under center, and a flag is thrown. It'll be a false start. Somebody jumped. So false start on 3rd and 1 will move it back 5 yards, and now a 3rd and 6, in which would have been the perfect play for a quarterback sneak to try to pick up 1 yard, is now a 6-yard 3rd down. It's a big difference.
Yeah,
in the yard down in distance.
They gave that one to us, so we need to get a stop here. Try to get them to kick a field goal or go for it on 4th down, but don't need to give this up. Need to get the offense the ball back.
So 4:46 still on the clock. The ball now at the 23, 3rd and 6. Shotgun formation for Jerome. He's going to motion over the freshman Johnson to the left side from the right. 2 wide receivers on the right. As he rolled this out one to the left, he'll keep it himself. He does not have enough for the first down as he gets tackled at the 20-yard line. The line to gain being the 18. So 4th and 3 as they mark him.
I think they're going to go for it, Kyle.
So the line to gain the 17, not the 18. So 4th down, 3 yards to go. 4:20 and counting on the clock. Ball's at the 20-yard line, the left hash mark. Lampasas gets the play relayed in. Jerome goes to the sideline for this one. He'll bring it in to the huddle. Some old-style football. Don't see that very often anymore, and they're going to have to call a timeout. First timeout of the game is called by the Badgers. We'll take a quick timeout real quick as well and see if we can try to figure this out in the time being. So don't go anywhere, though. You're listening to SHN Sports. So we are going to be cameraless for a little bit until we can figure out the root of the problem. Still see the scoreboard and apologize for the dark screen, but we'll have it in the ears for you tonight as the clock at 4:03. 4th down and 3 coming up for Lampasas. They're going to have 2 wide receivers on the bunch side to the left, short side of the field, 2 on the right at tight end. They're going to keep this themselves as Jerome kicks it out to the outside on the design quarterback run. He'll pick up a first down inside the 15 to about the 11. And a clock now underneath 4 minutes, stopped at 3:55 and now counting with the reset of the chains. Lampasas leading this one by 10 as the Badger quarterback Jerome collects the play call from head coach Troy Rogers. Shotgun formation. They're going to motion over wide receiver from the left to the right. Now 2 wide receivers on the bottom, tight end on the left. They're going to hand this one off, and it's going to be up the middle, and that's a touchdown for Jet Walker. So Jet Walker with a touchdown here late in the second quarter, and it is now a 30-14 lead with 3:24 remaining in the first half. So Jet Rogers with his second touchdown of the game. And this kick is up and almost blocked, but it is good. And it is now 31-14. 3:24 remaining in the game. So we're almost to halftime. And it is a 17-point lead right now for Lampasas. Eastview need to find some momentum on offense. We've seen some glimpses of success in different points of the game, but only been able to find the end zone twice. Lampasas has been doing a really good job of surprising Eastview and keeping them on their toes while scoring the football as well. Lampasas kick team on the field. Eastview has been waiting for some time. Back deep to receive for the Patriots. Looks like there's going to be 3 out there. Is that wide to the right side? Noah Herrera, the sophomore. In the middle, Jordan Young, the senior. And on the left side, if you're looking north, Kareem Edwards. And the kick is pooched over to Edwards' side. It'll be caught by Luke Martin at the 30. He'll get out of bounds at the 35 after a slew of Badgers comes in and pushes him out. And Lampasas will start off with a 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. So 3:20 on the clock, 31-14 is the score. First down and 10 coming up for Eastview. Eastview shotgun formation. Ty Blair, they're going to take a shot to Guerrero. This one just a little too far in double coverage for Guerrero down around the 40-yard line of the opposite side of the field, and just not enough from the wide receiver to get to the ball. And it'll bring up a second down and 10 now from the 33-yard line. So second and 10 once more. They're going to get this one off. Guerrero dumps off. He's got some first down. He's got some room to run down to the 50, 40, 35. Breaks a couple tackles. Just slips through about 5 guys on the play. And nobody seems like they can touch Guerrero, but he's finally taken down at the 25-yard line. Say 27, so 2 yards away from the red zone, and Eastview moving the football quickly. 3 minutes and counting left here in the half. Second quarter, they're going to hand this one off to Edwards. Edwards bounce out to the right. He turns upfield going north, and he'll be pushed out of bounds with a gain about 8 down to the 20 or the 18-yard line. So now in the red zone in Lampasas territory. Second down and 1 coming up.
Second and 1 for the Patriots.
As the Badgers heels to the end zone. Shotgun formation. Ty Blair in the backfield with him. Edwards, 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They'll pull this one from play action pass. Edwards bouncing around in the pocket. He's got away from a couple guys, knocks down about 3 receivers. He gets enough for the first down. Finally tackled inside the 15. And they'll give it to him at the 16. Stepped out before he was hit out. It'll be another first down and 10 for the Eastview Patriots from the 16-yard line. 2:15 remaining on the clock. Since he stepped out, the clock will stop. But it's still a 17-point game. First and 10. Ty Blair talks to his own line, gets back, shotgun formation. 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Edwards on his right side or left side as well. He's going to dodge to the right, look over to the right, has some pressure in the backfield and hit out of bounds, but can get the ball out of his hands first, and it brings up a second and 10 out of the pocket, thrown into the ground. No grounding since he was out. So second and 10 coming up for Ty Blair and company. He's got trips left, 1 wide receiver in Guerrero on the right side. They're going to snap this one, and there's a flag on the field. It is going to be in there, and nobody where the ball was. TJ Duncan was close, but just way behind him, and I'm going to assume this is either a neutral zone infraction, offsides on the defense, because they did let the play go. It was a free play on second and 10. So we're waiting for the call from the umpire as he saunters his way into the middle of the field. They're going to say offsides on the defense. And second down and 5 now. Everybody's ready to go but the referees. As play has resumed. 2 minutes and counting on the clock. Ty Blair in the backfield. He gets this one up to Guerrero and tries to one-hand snag that one in the corner of the end zone, but not able to get a piece of it. And that second down and 5 play now turns into third and 5 from the 21. Or from the 11, my apologies. 1 minute, 59 seconds. The clock is stopped until the ball is snapped. He's got 2 wide receivers to the left side, 1 on the right, a tight end on the left side as well. 11 technique, or Edwards in the backfield, the right side of Blair. O-line stands back up, gets a new play. They're probably going to have to take a timeout. There's no play clock going, so not sure what's going on. So the referee gets set, and they continue the game. So 1:59 after the incomplete pass, play clock running. They're going to motion this over. They're going to jet sweep it to Keaston Rainey. He's caught in the backfield, maybe gets about 2 on the play. They'll give him 1. to the 10-yard line. 4th and 4 coming up. And Eastview is going to take a timeout, their first timeout of the game, trailing this one 31-14 with 1:49 remaining in the half. Apologize for the camera issues. We're going to try to get things fixed during halftime for y'all. A little hard as we want to keep y'all updated in the game as much as we possibly can. 1:49 remaining here in this second quarter. Still in the first half as Eastview trails it 31-14. And, you know, this offense has been moving pretty decently, but just kind of stalled out here in the red zone as this Badger defense been doing good at keeping this Eastview offense at bay and holding them to not a lot of yards.
Yeah, I tell you, right now this is going to be a big play here for Eastview to try to get a score before half. But right now we just want to get a first down.
So in the backfield, Ty Blair will talk to his O-lineman. Next to him is Edwards. 2 wide receivers on the top and the bottom, right and left. Looks to the right. He's going to get this one off. Turns around, TJ Duncan, and it'll be dropped. That was actually Luke Martin. So Luke Martin on the 4th down drop, and Lampasas will have a turnover on downs as they hype up the home crowd and get off the field on the 10.
Yeah, it looked like if he corralled that one in, that would have been a first down.
Probably was, and it was perfectly timed, too, by Ty Blair. Just the curl route as Luke Martin got upfield about 5 yards, just turned it around. And the ball was at his numbers and just could not corral it in. So Eastview defense, Patriots coming back out on the field. They're going to have 4 down linemen trying to maybe adjust for that running game that Lampasas has been showing all night. There's only 1:45 and a long field to go. Anything but a big play should keep them out of the end zone for the rest of the half.
Yeah, we definitely need to stop them here.
It's 31-14. This one, shotgun pass, and it'll be in the dirt as Reed Jerome tosses it over to his intended receiver.
I don't know, the receiver looked like he was going out to try to block, and he just kind of threw it behind him.
Ty Johnson on the intended pass. Just dropped at his feet as Reed Jerome just not able to get it there. Reed Jerome, shotgun formation. End-10 technique. 1 running back besides him, 2 running backs on top and bottom. They're going to pull the guard, and he's got this one upfield. Quarterback keeper breaks through a couple tackles down inside past the 30, and finally pushes him out of bounds at the 37-yard line, right in front of us and the home fans. And Lampasas will move it quickly, get things going. 1:34 and counting on the clock. They say keep it going.
Yeah, Lampasas keeps getting those big plays on running plays.
31-4.
It's been hard to stop them tonight.
So this bunch set, they're going to have 3 wide receivers, or I guess 2 wide receivers top and bottom, a tight end on the far left. Shotgun formation. They're going to hand this. They're going to fake this handoff, and this one's wide open downfield. Roberts caught it at the 30, 25, 20, 10. Touchdown, Badgers. So it is now 37-14, and Lampasas really blowing this one open before halftime. 1:24 remaining in the second quarter.
It looks like our safety was playing deep, but it looks like they faked to the outside, and our safety came up to the receiver as well as the cornerback. And when he came up, he just kind of left the opening there for number 12 to get that touchdown pass. It was wide open down the middle of the field.
So the sophomore Bryson Roberts with the catch, and the kick is up and good, and it's 38-14 now. And this game has turned into a 4-score game real quickly on Eastview, and they're going to have a long second half to try to get things back into it.
It's one of the things, Kyle, is when you're playing football, I know in this day and age, teams tend to run spread offenses and pass the ball an awful lot, but Lampasas really focuses on the running game, and if you can control the running game, that means you're controlling the line of scrimmage. That means you're controlling the time of possession, and you're getting, you're just kind of, if you can't stop that, then it's going to be a long night for you.
Yep, and it also allows the deep passes as well, because if the defense is expecting run most of the time, they're going to kind of choke up a little bit, yep. And then all your
That's
DBs
exactly what I think happened right there.
All your DBs end up being by themselves, and just causes big plays like that, and almost a 70-yard touchdown pass from Reed Jerome to Bryson Roberts, the sophomore wide receiver, on the reception. As the kick teams are ready to go, lining it up, Landon Richardson will kick this one off from the tee on the 40. 1:24 remaining in the half. This one a pooch kick. It'll be dropped at the 25, and having a fall on it was Kareem Edwards.
Typically, Kyle, in a situation like this, sometimes even a closer game, you would probably just run out the clock, go into halftime. But since you're down by 24 points now, you're going to have to look at trying to get something.
Yeah, and some points will be needed to try to get back in the game. And Lampasas does get the ball after the half, as Eastview started off with it, and started off with a touchdown pretty hot. Thought this was going to be more of a shootout. Lampasas really just putting it on right now. Only 2 touchdowns from the Patriots all night. Shotgun formation. Ty Blair, he's going to get this one off to Guerrero. Guerrero's got some room to run. Down to the 50, 45. Here he goes. He turns on the Jets. Down to the 10, 15. Touchdown. Patriots.
Wow.
So there we go. There's the points we asked for. 1:11 remaining in the half, and I don't see any flags, so that will stand. And Eastview may go for 2 here as they are
Guerrero
looking
just
for
kind of
points.
ran down and came back. That was, about a 20-yard pass?
Yeah.
He catches it and then turns, and it looks like some defenders were getting close to catching him, but as they kept running, Guerrero just separated himself and went to the house.
So they will bring the kick team on, as they want to keep this one within 17 instead of 18 if the kick is good.
Plays like that really can give you some, some good feelings, some hope going into the second half.
And the kick is up and good. So a 17-point lead once more for the Badgers, 38-21, with 1:11 remaining in the half. Once again, just want to apologize for the technical difficulties on the camera. We'll try to get everything figured out during halftime, but we will still keep it here with audio no matter what. So if you take a break during halftime and come back and we're not on, we're probably still messing with things. It's still halftime. But if we are back and you don't see any camera, couldn't get it figured out, but we will still provide you with the game. Eastview trying to keep this one close as they bring it within 17 once more. It was at 24 only a couple minutes ago. 1:11 remaining in the half.
So our time of possession on that drive was what, 20-something seconds?
20-something seconds. I mean, it was one play. That's all they had, one play. However long it took Cormac Guerrero to get down the field was the amount of time it took to score a touchdown on that drive. So Asdril Dianis on the field to kick things off. And Lampasas bunching up close, and then we'll spread out. They have 2 back to receive, and it's the quarterback. They got the quarterback out there receiving the ball from the 10, Reed Jerome, as well as the sophomore who just got the touchdown pass, and this one
That was a nice kick.
just out of bounds down at the 2-yard line. So They'll start this one from the 35. I thought it maybe
Yeah, it looked like you had a
the
chance
end
to kind
zone.
of kind of go right inside the cone, but it turned right there, probably about the 6-inch line.
So 1:11 still on the clock in the half. Now 38-21 after the long touchdown from Cormac Guerrero. The Eastview defense will make it back out on the field. It'll be a 1st and 10.
Right now we
for
have to make sure
Lampasas.
we tackle because, typically you might say, okay, a team's just going to, being up by 17, going to run the ball. Well, right now, what has their strength been so far? Running the ball.
Running the ball.
So we have to make some tackles and keep that clock running.
And you don't want to let what happened last time happen to you again. Is it only took them one big play to get down the field for a touchdown to bring it to 24, and then right back out for Eastview doing the same thing. So the offense back out on the field. Reed Jerome, shotgun formation next to him. Jet Walker, 2 wide receivers on the left side, 1 on the bottom, and Bryson Roberts. They're going to motion over the tight ends. Bring it over to the 1 wide receiver side. So 2 and 2 as they'll dump this one to Preston Easom, and he'll drop it at the line of scrimmage on the falling attempt for the catch. 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Badgers. 1:07 as 4 seconds tick off the clock on the play.
I was surprised they actually threw that ball right there, Kyle. With the success that they've had running, I mean, I know right now they want to save, conserve some, some clock, but at the same time, I was really surprised that they would go for that play. But
so shotgun formation once more. 2 wide receivers on the right side, a tight end and 1 on the left. They're going to run this one up the middle. There goes your run play. 3 yards
I'll make that
by
tackle.
Jet Walker.
Eastview calls timeout here just to try to see if they can get another stop and get the ball back.
So 3rd down and 7 coming up after the Eastview timeout. They have 1 remaining in the game, or in the half, as the Badgers and Eastview will try to plan things up. The Badgers obviously wanting a 1st down, and Eastview obviously wanting a stop. With how fast Eastview has been able to score in the game, this 1 minute on the clock doesn't look too scary for them to try to get some points up and bring it within 10 points before the half. So Lampasas making their way back out on the field, the offense, as the defense for Eastview steps on once more as well. 38-21, 1 minute remaining here in the half. Eastview going to put some pressure on Lampasas here on this 3rd and 7. Shotgun formation, Reed Jerome. 1 running back behind him. They're in 11 technique as they'll motion over the wide receiver Johnson to the right side. 3 wide receivers on the right. They're going to look over to the right, keep it to the right, look back to the left, and is it a halfback screen? And Jet Walker will get a 1st down and more as they're into Eastview territory at the 45-yard line, and the clock at 52. Stopped for the time being until the ball is set.
And they played against our aggressiveness right there, Kyle. It looks like our defensive line was trying to get up the field and get a play behind the line of scrimmage, but it was a screen pass.
Lampasas, shotgun passers. They get to get this one over in the middle. The pass is caught and breaking a couple tackles. Gets down inside the 25 to the 21 after what looked like a stop down back at the 30. They get right through it. And that one on the catch looks like number 46, Hagen Onken. And some guys down, getting up slowly. Mentioned it earlier, it's still pretty hot outside, a lot of humidity as well. Not a cool day in Lampasas. 31 seconds to go in the half. From the 22-yard line, 1st down and 10 coming up for Lampasas and the Badgers. Eastview defense set and ready. Lampasas gets down now 2. Shotgun formation, 11 tech, 3 wide receivers on the right side. They're going to fake this one off and roll to the right. Got some room down the field, throwing it up towards the end zone, but incomplete. On the sideline, the Lampasas sideline on the right side for Reed Jerome. No real intended receiver down there. You can consider Onken as well as Roberts to be in the area, but way out of bounds from Jerome. So second and 10, third. They have it listed as 3rd and 10. Did I miss first down?
And they have, Lampasas has what, 1 timeout left?
24 seconds.
So they can go down the middle of the field.
So Lampasas used the timeout last time. Eastview did not, and they get
looks
this
like
one in the
that was
backfield. And a nice big hit in the backfield on the screenplay.
That was Felix Avila that read that play perfectly
Preston
and came up.
Preston Isom on the reception. And they'll get this one now down to the 30, the 29, which could bring them out of field goal range. And looks like
3 seconds
Eastview will call the timeout.
Well, I think Lampasas had 1 left. So I'm sure they're trying to kick that field goal right now.
Timeout on Eastview as both teams have 1 remaining, 3 seconds left in the game. So, or in the half. The ball is spotted at the 29. So if they were to kick this one, it'd be about a 45, 46 yarder. Not sure if Landon Richardson has the leg for it. But there's 3 seconds. We'll see what they do once they get out of the huddle. Should only be a 30-second timeout with not a lot of time remaining. So 4th and 17 coming up as the ball on the 29-yard line. The line to gain is the 12 or the 13. 4th and long coming up. 3 seconds remaining. Shotgun formation. Reed Jerome, 11 technique from the Badgers. 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 to the left. Tight end Preston Isom. They're going to snap this one off. They're going to throw it deep. Stepping up in the pocket, caught from behind, gets out, steps back, and in the end zone, caught!
Oh, wow.
Wow, what a catch by the freshman, Ty Johnson. As Ty Johnson hauls in the Hail Mary-esque pass from about the 30.
It looked like he got behind the defense. It was kind of in the back part of the end zone. And then Drum throws it up, and he just kind of went up. The freshman went up and got the ball.
So another touchdown before the half, 44-21, as they retake the big lead. And the kick is up and good, 45-21 now. And a 24-point lead going into the half. And it is halftime, so we were going to try and figure out this situation real quick before we let it go. I want to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here today and be in your ears. Charles Schwab, Eric Johnson, Georgetown office, Ideal Signs, Kaya, First Choice Roofing, True Form Metal Service, American Fence and Supply, Lone Star Paving, Sonic, Austin Avenue location in Georgetown, Hydrate, HTO in Georgetown, Golden Chicken Georgetown, and Texas Crushed Stones. Thanks for all the support here at SHN and being able to have us on the call today. We apologize for the video errors. We're going to try to get things sorted out for halftime, and it is homecoming, so a 30-minute halftime coming up. We'll be back here soon, hopefully this time with everything fixed and ready to go. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to SHN Sports. This is Patriots Football.
Sparkler's dance team is under the direction of Tracy Melendez, assisted by April Hanna and Aleda Aguirre. The Sparklers managers are Hadley Padalecki and Mary Steed. The Sparklers would like to wish the Lampasas Flames good luck with their competition season this year. Tonight, the Eastview Band and Color Guard are performing the first season of their 2024 show, Un Camacito, featuring the music of Camila Cabello, Gloria Esteban, and Buena Vista Social Club, with soloists Bradley Bolton and Xander Montgomery. Let's hear it for the Eastview Patriot Band. trombone section. Band members of the week are Emmanuel Garcia, Miranda Morales, Ash Springer, and guard member Leslie Crawford. Thank you to Eastview featuring band directors Chase Ramsey, Brant Poindexter, and Andrew Leatherman. Color guard directors Louis Flores and Sadie Lyles, and associate staff members Reed Wagrecki and Andy Arnold. The Eastview Band is sponsored by San Gabriel Eye Center, ADC Cedar Park Pediatrics, Georgetown Counseling and Wellness, Smile Doctors by Goldberg Orthodontics, Flat Fundraisers in Texas, and HSG Incorporated. Thanks to Georgetown ISD Director
top 5% of her class and is already a licensed pharmacy technician. Reagan also enjoys volunteering her time to the football team, as this is her 3rd year serving as an athletic trainer. After high school, Reagan plans on attending Texas State University to receive her Bachelor's of Science in Psychology and plans to pursue a career in neuropsychology. Ladies and gentlemen, Reagan McDonald. The next member of our 2023 homecoming court is Miss Kinsey Roberts. Kinsey is the daughter of T.J. Roberts and Aspen Roberts, and tonight she's being escorted by her father, T.J. Roberts. At this moment in time, Kinsey is the projected valedictorian of the class of 2024. She's also vice president of HOSA, a member of the National Honor Society, and a certified medical assistant. Kinsey enjoys painting and helping kids embrace their artistic abilities, and the cherry on top where she is employed. She's a member of the XFX Spirit Club and a huge fan of Lampasas Badger football. After high school, Kinsey plans to attend Texas A&M University to study biology and plans to pursue a medical career as a pediatrician. Ladies and gentlemen, Kinsey Roberts. Our final member of the homecoming court is Miss Seda Lee Walker. Seda Lee is the daughter of Matt and Leslie Walker, and tonight she's being escorted by her father, Matt Walker. Seda Lee is a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Lampasas High School cross-country team, the soccer team, and the track team. Seda Lee has spent time developing leadership skills through special training with FCA. During the time in leadership, she was invited to speak in front of hundreds of students in Georgetown, Texas. She also spends time volunteering at her church Grace Fellowship, where she helps the children's ministry. After high school, Seda Lee plans on attending Texas Tech University or Tarleton State University. There, she will pursue a career in nursing. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Seda Lee Walker. Congratulations to all these special young ladies as a member of the Lampasas High School Homecoming Court of 2023. And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for. I present you the Lampasas High School Homecoming Queen of 2023, Miss Kinsey Roberts. Georgetown Eastview Patriots. And here come your Lampasas Badgers.
Welcome back for the second half here on SHN Sports for Eastview High School football. The Patriots taking on the Lampasas Badgers, currently trailing this one 45-21 in an offensive shootout in the first half. Back-to-back touchdowns by both teams to start things off, and it looked like it was just going to be back and forth all night long, but Lampasas starting off with an onside kick recovered by them, and just Eastview not ready for it, was able to pick up a lead and then hold on to that lead and spread it out up to the 24 mark that is at, and has been like that for the majority of the second quarter. Eastview did respond, bring it within 17, but just was unable to hold them back for the end of the half, and Lampasas will start once more with the ball. We're getting things moved around quickly. Everything just got back out of the field, and they're ready. Everybody is ready to go once more for the second half here in Lampasas at historic Badger Stadium. This kick is up and off, and we're glad to have y'all back, especially now that we have video again. This one received at the 5, finally brought down beneath the 25 to the 23.
Yeah, Kyle, I think in the first half, honestly, probably the biggest difference in the game is that Lampasas was able to make a few stops. Their defense was able to make a few stops on our offense, and we really weren't able to stop their offense at all. And then, of course, their coach is really going for it. Had the onside kick, but also had, you remember, the flea flicker as well, long play down the field. So really kind of I wouldn't say those are trick plays, but those are plays that are designed to try to be aggressive.
And aggressive they were, as Lampasas, like I said, holds on to a 24-point lead. First play of the second half. They're going to run it off to Jet Walker, who's hit in the backfield, and it looks like a face mask is going to be called on the defensive back for Eastview, Ronnie Goldman III. That'll be a 15-yard penalty if that is what it is, as Jet Walker busted at the outside and was pulled down. And yes, face mask it is on Ronnie Goldman III, so they will move this one back, or move this one 15 yards up the field. It'll be another first down and 10 on the first play from scrimmage of the second half. So first down and 10 from the 39 now for Lampasas and the Badgers.
I think the best thing right now, Kyle, is for the Patriots to really come out and get them to stop to start this second half.
So we've got a stoppage of play, trying to figure out why. Head referee giving some words to the center, making sure it doesn't start until he says to start. So we're going to get things going. And Lampasas starts things off, shotgun formation. They're going to roll it. Here comes the catch from Ty Johnson. He'll cut up field and have enough for the first down. They give him 9, so second down and 1 coming up from the 48. Almost into Patriot territory already here in the second half.
Did that look like a jump pass to you? It looked like you
lineman to the freshman wide receiver, Ty Johnson. So Reed Jerome takes an audible from shotgun. He'll look at quarterback play. Give it to the O-line. Shotgun formation once more. Here comes the snap. Handoff to Walker down the middle, and they'll have enough for a first down, stuffed at the 50-yard line, and that's where it will stop, but 1 yard past the first. And that'll be another first down and 10 for the Lampasas Badgers at the 50-yard line. Left hash mark. on the west side or the east side of the field.
I think right now Eastview has to really figure out a way to win the point of attack to try to get into the backfield. Lampasas' offensive line has done a really good job tonight of pushing them back.
So shotgun formation, motioning over Walker as they'll get this one in the air, but incomplete on the pass. Bryson Roberts, the sophomore, just overran the route, not able to find the ball. And that'll be a 2nd down and 10 from midfield, but there is a flag on the field. I'm going to assume a holding call. Here comes from the head referee, and it is on the defense. Another 15-yard penalty, personal foul, roughing the passer against the Patriots. So 10 yards.
That's 30 yards we've already given them this drive.
So 1st down and 10 once more from the 40-yard line, now into Eastview's territory for the first time in the second half.
It's 30 yards on personal fouls.
Reed Jerome, he gets this one off to the sophomore. He's got a cut on the slant as it was caught in midfield and just taken down immediately. But enough for the 1st down to the 25-yard line, almost into the red zone. 26, 1st down and 10. Here he goes. They're going to hand this one off to Walker. Jet Walker busting on the outside. Here he goes. He's down to the 10, 5, and touchdown, Badgers. So Lampasas Badgers with their first touchdown of the second half, and they extend their lead to 30 points, 51-21.
Yeah, that took a minute and 42 seconds.
Yep, 1 minute, 42 seconds ticked off the clock in this third quarter. 10-18 remaining as the kick from Lampasas up and good from Landon Richardson, the senior, behind the boot. So 52-21, 31-point lead for the Lampasas Badgers against your Eastview Patriots here in the third quarter. Homecoming night for the Badgers.
I think if you have to look right now, so far the stars of the game for Lampasas are the offensive line, because they've won the battle, pretty much most of the plays tonight, and got big runs and really just kind of taking control of the game.
Yeah, and a good job of keeping their quarterback, Reed Jerome, protected and opening holes for Jet Walker, the running back. Yep. And this is something we haven't seen all year, the front seven for Eastview not being able to get into the backfield and really cause any pressure. And when they do, Reed Jerome, just such an athlete, able to jump around and get out of pretty much anything that comes his way.
I think right now for Eastview, their offense, I think right now it's a matter of just taking one step at a time. Just try to get something going. Try to gain some momentum.
Richardson kicking for the Badgers.
So Landon Richardson, the senior kicker, will kick this one off for the Badgers from the 40-yard line. Eastview back to receive. Got one guy in the middle, and this one a pooch kick down. Caught and fumbled. Lampasas going to fall on the ball, and they're going to get the ball in Eastview territory. The muff kick was kicked after the fact, and Lampasas does come up with the football here.
You can really tell, Kyle. Yeah, I think you mentioned it earlier about the different types of kicks they keep going back. It's almost like they're adjusting to where Eastview puts, their ball handlers, and they kind of try to kick away from them, kick pooch kick, kick it long, kick spib kicks. I mean, they're pretty much have won the kicking game
so
tonight.
After 7 seconds, Lampasas offense back out onto the field, and the Eastview defense making their way on once more. 10-11 remaining in the third quarter. It is 52-21. Lampasas shotgun formation. They're going to hand this one off to Jet Walker. He's going to cut it to the left side. He'll pick up about 3 on the play on first down. So 2nd and 7 coming from the 41-yard line in Eastview territory. So Eastview haven't led the game since the first touchdown of the game. It was
6 to
0, and then Lampasas scored a touchdown, got their extra point, and has led ever since. It has been tied once at 14, but other than that, we have not seen an Eastview lead since the very opening moments of this ball game. Eastview defense ready to go. They're going to have a quarterback keeper. Reed Jerome cuts up field. He's got some speed, gets it to the outside and down at the 25-yard line, maybe just shy at the 24. That is where they'll mark him, and it's a first down and 10 for the Lampasas Badgers into the red zone of the Eastview side. So from the 26, 1 yard from the red zone, empty backfield. 3 wide receivers on the right, 2 to the left, no tight ends. As Reed Jerome stands alone in shotgun formation. Jerome gets the snap, steps back to pass, looks to the right. He's got a receiver in the sophomore, the sophomore Bryson Roberts. Bryson Roberts cuts up field, and he'll have enough for a first as they mark him down at the 16-yard line. And now they're in the red zone with 8:46 remaining in the third quarter. Knocking on the door once more. 2 in the backfield, no tight ends. 2 wide receivers on the right, 1 to the left. They're going to take a second to audible the play. Relays it to the O-line. Reed Jerome steps back into shotgun. Gets the snap. Fake handoff to the left. They're going to get some pressure on him and misses the ankles. Cuts up field. Gets some room inside the 10 and finally tackled out of bounds from the 10-yard line. That'll be about a 6-yard gain. 2nd down and 4 coming up from the 10 with 8 minutes and counting remaining here in the third.
Right now, again, they're probably just going to continue to run the ball.
So Jerome, shotgun formation.
Because you can tell they're taking their time now and they're running the ball. So they're also, looks like they're trying to just run some time off the clock as well.
So this bunch formation, 2 wide receivers top and bottom. Jerome looking to pitch. It is a read option, speed option. They don't get the pitch, and he is in there for the touchdown. So now 58-21, and these costly mistakes from Eastview just keeping them out of the game. And it is now a 37-point lead with the PAT pending to make it 38 here in the third quarter. 7:29 remaining in the game.
Like I said, right now, Eastview just needs to take it one play at a time. Try to find just one positive play and build on that. And I think the offense can get back out there, and I don't think they're done for the evening.
So the kick is up, and it is good as Lampasas increases their lead 59-21. 38 points up on your Patriots right now. Lampasas, the Badgers, looking in prime position to start their season 3-0 before heading into district play in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, just to remind everybody, next week, Eastview actually has a bye next week, and then after that, that's when our district starts. And, of course, that's what everybody plays for, is that right to be able to make the playoffs. So should be fun.
So Eastview back to receive. There's been 2 errant kickoffs for Eastview, or kick receives for Eastview, that have led to points from the Wisconsin Badgers. 10 points from the Lampasas Badgers, as they'll spread this out. Ready to go for the kick. Landon Richardson, the senior, makes his steps. Make sure his team's ready to go. Here it comes. Ball is up, and this one deep. And down, caught about the 10-yard line. They're going to put this one out. That's Cormac Guerrero. He's got some room to run, and he's still moving. He's got it down past the 40.
Wow, good
and they're going to
run.
say he got out of bounds at the 43-yard line, and good field position coming up for the Patriots to try to find some points here late.
He did a great job just keeping his legs moving, and you thought he was actually cut off from getting that far down the field, but he just put his head down and just kept going and was able to get several more yards.
So it looks like
he was originally hit.
Reed Jerome not out on defense, as look like some of the second-string guys are coming in for Lampasas. Eastview still trying to win this game. This one's picked off. 35, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown Lampasas. And they can't stay out of the end zone as they take a 65-21 lead here in the third. 7:10 remaining.
Yeah, that one right there, Blair went back and he kind of telegraphed that pass, and DB just kind of jumped it, and as soon as he got to the ball, there was nobody in between him and the end zone.
The DB knew that pass was coming before it came out of Ty Blair's hands. He was ready for it and took it to the house as Eastview starts off the second half without a score, 21-0 in the second half so far as Lampasas. The Badgers really putting it on. Only 4 minutes have ticked off the clock. This one is up and good, and it is now 66-21. And it's a 45-point game now as the Badgers lead the Patriots.
So right now, Kyle, if you're from a Eastview perspective, what would you think the coaches are telling the players right now?
Just keep playing football and, try to get those kinks out as much as you can. Just keep playing the game. I mean, the scoreboard, obviously, it's 45 points. But if you can get out there and you can execute for the rest of the game, it leads into, it'll lead into that bye week, and then you can work on these things that have allowed the 66 points. And then come back out, start district play at home, and maybe have all those problems shaken off. But this Eastview team, they need to kind of keep their heads down and keep trying to drive the ball. This Lampasas team, obviously, very good.
Yeah, and I agree 100%. I think that, it's like, hey, let's just don't look at the scoreboard. Right now, 0-0.
Yep.
It's 0-0. Let's see what we can do, guys.
And it looks like Eastview, they're beating themselves more than anything, as they'll get this kick up. And it's another pooch kick, this one to the sideline, and it's caught and rolled over on the tackle attempt down to the 40-yard line. That was Keyston Rainey on the return. He got about 10 from the 30 to the 40. The mark came at the 40 for a first down and 10. The line to gain is midfield. So back out on the field, Ty Blair and the Patriot offense. Like you mentioned, keep the mindset of 0-0. Just try to work in your plays and try to play your brand of football for a little while. Try to get these cobwebs shaked off from the locker room. Ty Blair will keep it himself. He takes it upfield for about a 4-yard gain. Hit late out of bounds, and they're going to give him a flag. And Lampasas, they're not happy about it, but you can't hit the quarterback after he's out of bounds. I mean, that was a big shove, almost brought him to the ground on the Eastview sideline. So that'll be 15 yards for Eastview, and the first penalty that's gone in Eastview's favor in a long time. So they'll move this up.
Like I said, we just gained some yards and then got a penalty on top of that. That's one positive play. Let's just build on it, get another one.
Keep building and keep building as they move this one over into the Badger territory. The 42-yard line, first down and 10 now, as the clock is stopped at 6:59. Eastview offense ready to go. Ty Blair in the backfield. He'll hand it off. No, he'll give it over, and that's another fumble, but on top of it Luke Martin falls on it, and what could have been another costly mistake.
They're waving waving the trainers out. And
that is Keaston Rainey.
Hope he's okay, because I saw Luke Martin immediately just wave the trainers out.
Yeah, Keaston Rainey, the fumble, he looks like, maybe like a leg problem. Don't want to speculate too much. Hope everything is okay. Starting to get up for himself, and he does get up.
All right,
and he's
that's
limping
great.
a little bit. Looks like maybe the left leg, he's favoring the right one a little bit. But slow to get off the field is Keaston Rainey, and hopefully everything is okay with him. Takes a little jog for the rest of the way. Gets to the sideline. So the Patriots back out onto the field. 2nd down and 2 now coming up for the Patriots. Ty Blair in the shotgun, and they're going to get this one. TJ Duncan just can't reach out to grab it. Overthrown by TJ Duncan, or by Ty Blair on 2nd and 2. So 3rd down and 2 coming up from the 34-yard line now for the Patriots. Ty Blair in the offense, back out on the field, and it looks like a time will be called on the field for who? No, they just moved the ball, spotted it a yard forward. So Ty Blair back out. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. He's going to bounce out to the right, breaks a couple tackles. He's got some room for the 1st down, and there's going to be
There's
a flag.
a flag that might be holding.
I think it will be holding. Number 5 for Lampasas, Raider Mora, on the ground in the backfield, so a holding call on the Patriots. Oh, no, it is not. It's a face mask. And that's another 15-yard penalty for Eastview, and the Patriots moving their way into the red zone now. So Ty Blair and company have made their way into the red zone. They'll have a 1st down and 10 from the 15-yard line. First opportunity in a while to get some points up on the board in this 45-point deficit. Ty Blair will get this one up. And it is overthrown to the sideline in the end zone. The intended receiver looked like Kareem Edwards. I know that was TJ Duncan, my apologies, and just cannot keep it in the field of play as Ty Blair and company have a 2nd down and 10 coming up from the 15. Shotgun snap. He's got the ball. He'll roll out to his left. He's got 3 wide receivers to that side. He'll get it caught by Luke Martin, and a big hit from the linebacker as Luke Martin picks up 7 on the play, 3rd down and 3. That was Guthrie on the tackle from Lampasas. Shotgun formation one more time. Trips on the right side as they switch the hashes. They're going to keep it himself. Ty Blair on the good quarterback read. He's got some room into the 5, and touchdown, Patriots. And it's now 27-66 as the Patriots able to find the end zone for the first time in a long time, and the first time in the 2nd half, with 6:02 remaining on the clock. And
like I said, just one play at a time.
Just got to keep going. And they're keeping the offense out there, it looks like. Maybe Coach Wall has something up his sleeve to try to come back. You can tick away the points as much as you can. 8 points is better than 7, so you get the points. You bring it within 43 or 33, and it becomes a little more manageable. This one, Ty Blair, he's going to roll out to the right. He's got wide open room, and he sees green. That's going to be the 2-point conversion on the quarterback keeper, and it breaks it 29-66. So 36 7 points is the lead from the Badgers. All you can do is keep playing. You mentioned it, ever since we called it 0-0, it is now 8-0 for Eastview. So hopefully the defense can come out, make a stop, and try to just sit here and chip away at this lead as much as they possibly can. We know they can score the points.
They definitely can. Now, just like what the offense just did, now the defense has to do the same thing. They got to go out and make sure that they control the line of scrimmage, and then they make tackles when they have the ability to do so.
So the kick team for the Patriots out onto the field. Lampasas making their way out as well. They'll kick this one from the 40.
We were talking about it earlier. They had Lampasas has multiple players that play both ways, and really doesn't look like that's affected them at all.
Not really, and we'll see how this offense comes out, see if there's got any rotational guys. I know the defense rotated a couple bodies. We'll see how the offense decides to do things as well. Back to receive is Jet Walker, as well as Bryson Roberts. Roberts gets it at the 10. He'll take it out. He's out to the 25, 30, and he's finally tackled by Ty Temples, the sophomore, at the 35-yard line. And that's where they'll start things off. First down and 10 for the Badgers. Badgers side really hasn't decimated any. Almost what seems like the whole town here to hang out on homecoming and watch.
They used to say, used to roll up the sidewalks in those small towns.
Yep.
And I don't think this is necessarily a tiny town, but it's got plenty. But would you say there's about 7,000 people?
Yeah, about 7,000 people in Lampasas.
Yeah, I think we got like 6,000 of them here tonight.
That's definitely an exaggeration, but I will tell you right now, there's more than 1,000 people or 1,000 Lampasas Badgers here in the stands. So this one, new running back on the field. First time calling his name on the night. This one is number 21, KJ Reed. He is listed as a sophomore wide receiver. So KJ Reed getting added to the call sheet as he picks up no yards on his first run play of the day. Second down and 2 coming up from the 35. Reed Jerome still on the field. Got a couple new wide receivers as well. I don't see any of the familiar numbers. Motioning over right now is number 88. That is Trent Seneca. As they're going to hand this one off once more to KJ Reed. He's going to pick up about 3, maybe just 2 on the play. That's what they'll give him. And a third down and 8 coming up for Lampasas. So
I think that's what you're going to find that Lampasas is going to try to do. As you can tell, they're putting in some of their subs and just running the ball and trying to knock some time off.
So as they do tick off some clock, 4 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Still got the fourth quarter to go. It is a 37-point game. They're going to fake this handoff, and the quarterback dumps it off to another new receiver on the field. It's number 4, TJ Poston, as TJ Poston picks up his first reception of the game for first down at about the 46-yard line. So first down and 10 coming up for the Lampasas Badgers. And that is JT Poston. Everybody's getting their fair share tonight. One of the only starters still on the field is Onken, the number 46 tight end / linebacker, wide receiver. Hagan out here on the right side, along with Trent Seneca. They're going to hand this one off once more to KJ Reed. He'll pick up a yard on the play. Third down and 9 coming up.
So this is what I'm talking about. It's third down and 9. It's a good
Second
good
down
time
and
to
9.
make that start.
They changed it a little too quick for me. I didn't. So 2nd down and 9 coming up. And a flag on the field. See what it is.
I think
They're going to wave it off.
he might have just dropped
It happens.
Yeah, I think he might have just dropped it and was like, oh, my bad.
So 2nd down and 9 coming up, 3:14 and counting. They're going to hand this one off once more to Reed. Reed gets upfield but stuffed at right at midfield after about a 4-yard gain, 3-yard gain. 3rd down and 6 coming up. Line to gain is the 44 in Eastview territory. They are at the halfway mark. Football on the L, the bottom end of the curvature.
This is a play right now for the defense. Get the ball back.
So shotgun formation for Jerome. He's going to take a second, call an audible. He's got 2 wide receivers to the right and the left. Preston Isom back out on the field, one of the starting wide receivers. KJ Reed still in the backfield. They're going to fake the handoff, get it over to Isom, and no catch. Incomplete just in front of him. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 6. We'll see in no man's land if they decide to keep it there or punt the ball away.
I don't think Lampasas has punted today, have they?
I think once. I saw 1 punt out of Lampasas today. So we'll stay out on the field. 4th down, Jerome.
I think he's trying to draw him off maybe.
Tried to draw him off. He said hut 3 times before calling for the audible.
Or he might be snapping and trying to punt the ball as well.
And he may do that as he steps back a couple yards, and that's what they'll do. He gets a punt off and will drop at the 28, but make a Badger bounce and roll out finally at the 25-yard line. And Lampasas will have a 75-yard field to try and find some points to bring it within 30.
All right, so do one play at a time. We got us a touchdown, 2-point conversion. We've stopped them, so now offense, just keep building on it.
That's all they can do, just keep trying to move the ball down the field. And we mentioned these some of the backups for Lampasas out there. Not a complete, second team defense, still some starters, but definitely not the whole first team. So Eastview may have a good opportunity to be able to try to run things down the field. 3 wide receivers on the right side. Ty Blair will get downfield. He's got TJ Duncan, incomplete, as it is in front of TJ Duncan at the 40-yard line in midfield.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the winning ticket for the project graduation.
So they're trying to go for it all in one play, trying to get Duncan open.
And a good opportunity to do it, too. A couple young safeties back there. Guys that haven't seen the field much for Lampasas, trying to defend this wide receiver crew from Eastview. Tate Langford, who's listed as a linebacker, was in the backfield, but they subbed him out real quick, and then they get a good rush in the Eastview backfield, and
the DB number 11 almost jumped that one as well. I mean, he was right there. It looked like he was just a split second late.
Landon Richardson, the kicker as well, on the PBU. And 3rd down and 10 coming up with 2:09 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Still a 37-point game as we head towards the 4th. Eastview, they're going to roll this one out to the right side. Ty Blair's got a ball downfield. Cormac Guerrero all by himself. He breaks a couple tackles, shakes some guys. He's got speed, and he's out of bounds. No, he keeps it himself. He's inside. He goes to the 20. Finally taken down around the 14-yard line, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 15.
Wow, that was
so he got inside the 10, but they will say, like I mentioned, he was down at the 15, and Eastview hustles up to the line. The Lampasas defense, they're way too far back, and the ball's set. Lampasas is not ready, and here comes the snap from Eastview. They're going to hand this one off to Edwards. Edwards cuts up field. He's got some room, not enough for a 1st down, and it's the goal to gain as he'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up as it is the goal to gain
Ted Guerrero, he's one great player, isn't he?
Has a lot of good field vision. I like the move he made as soon as he caught the pass. Here comes Edwards. He's going to cut it outside. He's got about 3. Just 2 is given to him. He'll get it to the 4-yard line.
So first down.
And 3rd down and 4. Oh, they gave him a first down, so there were no chains on the field. That's why I assumed the goal was the gain. But I guess they just couldn't catch up to this fast-paced Eastview offense. So first down and goal from the 4. And that's a good set of downs to have. Ty Blair, shotgun. They're going to motion over TJ Duncan. Hand it off to Edwards once more. He's in the middle and stuffed at the line of scrimmage. He'll maybe get a yard, but they won't give it to him. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 4 once more. Only 35 seconds remaining in the quarter. We're about to make our way into the 4th. Things have moved quickly here since the 21-point opening second half points. This one up and caught by Luke Martin. That's a touchdown. So Luke Martin with a touchdown catch. That makes it 35-66. Within 31 now, and maybe we'll go for 2. And that'll be 16 unanswered if that's what they do for Eastview. So if they do get the 2-point conversion, if that's what they go for, it looks like they will. It'll be within 29 and be a 4-touchdown game from the 6-touchdown game it was only moments ago. 18 seconds remaining in the 3rd. 2-point conversion. Here it comes. 3 wide receivers on the right. Ty Blair, he's got some room to run, and they get it.
All right.
I didn't see who got the ball, but and it ends up in Kareem Edwards' hands in the back of the end zone, and that is now 37-66 in a 29-point game. 4 touchdowns from the 6 that it was. So Eastview trying to creep their way back into it.
So I'm saying, one step at a time.
One step at a time, they will
scored the last 16 points.
Yes, they have.
And had a defensive stop, so that's how you do it.
You just got to keep fighting, and keep fighting. This Lampasas team, you mentioned the 2-way players. Maybe it's finally starting to catch up to them. Maybe Eastview can get out there and get 4 touchdowns in this 4th quarter. There's only 18 seconds remaining in the 3rd, so I'm sure we'll see the kickoff and probably a play before we head it to the 4th quarter and switch the field.
You think at some point they're considering onside kick or anything?
Maybe later. Got to get back into it first.
But you're down by 5 possessions, so the main thing, or 4. So if you keep getting extra 2-point conversions.
And they do the onside kick, but it doesn't go the distance. It'll stop after 8 yards of roll. And Coach Wall had to make sure his team actually recovered the ball before Lampasas did, because the team was about to start coming off the field, and Lampasas, that's a live ball for them. So until an Eastview player touches it.
Yeah, they could have just picked it up and ran it.
They could have.
But no, the reason why I was talking about the onside kick is just that, you're literally, what are we, 29 points back? Mm-hmm. And right now the biggest thing that we can have is possessions.
So no time ticked off the clock on the kick somehow. As Lampasas will start this one from the 48-yard line. 1st down and 10 in Eastview territory. Patriots side of the 50. Still looks like that second team-ish offense out there on the field for Lampasas. Jerome in the backfield, though, with KJ Reed. And they got a new quarterback on the field. KJ Reed will get the handoff. He's got an ankle tackle, but will pick up about 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6 coming up. The new quarterback for the Lampasas Badgers, number 4, TJ Poston. So he was out there at wide receiver for a little while. Now gets his jersey called behind center for quarterback. So that'll be the end of the third quarter. We have 12 minutes remaining on a 37-66 game. 4 touchdowns away, the Patriots are, from trying to complete this comeback. They've scored the last 16 points. We'll see if they can continue this. We'll go ahead and take a quick break while we flip the field. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Eastview Patriots football right here on SHN Sports. And we're back for the fourth quarter here in Lampasas, Texas, as the Badgers hold on to a 66-37 lead. Badgers first down and 10. New quarterback on the field, TJ Poston. The junior takes the snap. He'll hand it off to KJ Reed. And he'll lose a yard on the play as it goes to third and maybe they'll stay the same. Third and 6.
Yeah, I think right now, let's get that stop right now. Get the ball back.
So third down and 6 coming from the 44-yard line for Lampasas on the Eastview side of the football or of the 50. Eastview defense not looking to let anything more than what they have. Shotgun snap. Here it comes Poston. He'll keep it himself. He'll roll out to the left. He's got a catch and a first down from the wide receiver on the field, number 47, Jaden Phillips, senior, coming in relief for some of the other wide receivers tonight. 47, Jalen Phillips. Couple 40 wide receivers out on the field right now. You don't see that very often, but when you play two ways, you gotta have numbers for both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Well, we have some time. First and 10 for the Badgers. They're gonna hand this one off once more. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage. And maybe boot back a couple yards. They're gonna give him a yard on the play. Second down and 9 coming up.
It's like 74, Marcus Honstein, his helmet came off, so he's going to have to get replaced for at least a play here.
A couple guys come off the field as Patriots make some subs on defense. Lampasas offense taking their time, running that clock off. We're down to about 10 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Second down and 9 coming up. Shotgun formation, TJ Poston. Behind him, KJ Reed. Hand it off to Reed. Reed will cut it to the left side. He's got some room to run. He's shifty back, and he's down inside of the 25 and to the 25. Words from the referee talking to Felix Avila, the safety in for Eastview right now. A little rough on the sideline, so just kind of make sure that he knows it's not the game they're going to play for the rest of the night. 23-yard line, first down and 10 coming up for Lampasas. 9:55 and counting. They're really working this clock. 9 seconds to go on the play clock. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and they'll get the snap off in time. Hand it off to Reed. Reed will get up the middle, picks up about 5. And a second down and 5 coming up for the Badgers. Coming back out on the field, the defensive player of the week from last year, Ty Temples. The sophomore makes his way out onto the field for the Patriots. Alongside him, some of the guys on the line, number 45, Jaden Smith. Number 47, Jacob Vasquez. 74, Marcus Honstein. Give some credit to that defensive front. Linebackers, Luis Castillo, as well as Caden Childs. We'll get this one in the backfield. Caden Childs back there with the rest of the D-line, trying to get a couple more stops. 3rd down and 5 coming up. Looks maybe 4.5-ish. I'll say 5. Lampasas back out shotgun formation. Here it comes. Couple fake snaps, and they'll step off for the remaining 20 seconds of the play clock. 8 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. They're really trying to chew this clock away.
Yeah, they pretty much are snapping the ball less than 5 seconds left in the play clock every time.
Here it comes at 3 seconds. They're going to dump this one off, and it's caught to the outside, and that's a touchdown for Lampasas on the reception. Number 46, Hagen Onken. So Lampasas touchdown as they look for the PAT. We'll go ahead and give us some thanks to our sponsors once more. Charles Schwab, Eric Johnson, the Georgetown office, Ideal Signs, Kaya, First Choice Roofing, True Form Metal Service, American Fence and Supply, Lone Star Paving, Sonic, the Austin Avenue location in Georgetown, Hydrate, HTO in Georgetown, Golden Chick in Georgetown, downtown, and that extra point bangs off the uprights as it still shakes, and that is no good. So 72-37 now. It is a 35-point game now in a true 5-score game for Eastview and Lampasas. And can't forget our last one, Texas Crushed Stone.
Yeah, we'd like to thank definitely the sponsors for helping the Booster Club, the football team, SHN Sports. I'd like to say thank you for all that you do. Again, we apologize for technical difficulties tonight, but thank goodness we were able to get it fixed at halftime, and we always find this a privilege to be able to broadcast the game for everybody, and we enjoy it tremendously, and watching these young men play. And we still got some time left here in this game, and we got just getting started in the season, so we still got a lot of great things to happen.
District play starting around the corner as Eastview.
Yeah, one of our district opponents here in the next few weeks, Cedar Park, they played on TV last night.
Thursday night football.
Against Round Rock, and they pulled out a 28-24 win. Got a really tough district. Cedar Park's tough, Georgetown's tough, Anthem Consolidated.
College Station with the state championship a few years back.
Yeah, so it's a tough district, but it's definitely one that we can compete for a playoff spot.
Hendrickson, Glenn, Leander as well. No sweats in the district for Georgetown Eastview as they get this return out to the 38-yard line, and they'll give it to him at the 40. So a good spot there from the referee. Clue, though. Actually, so we got one guy. So there we go. 40-yard line is where they will spot this ball with 8 minutes and 3 seconds remaining here in the game. Eastview just want to see them work on what they want to be able to do for the rest of the season, as like I said, district play right around the corner 2 weeks from now after the bye week next week. This one going to be caught by David Guildhouse. The senior wide receiver catches this one, an 8-yard gain on the pass. Second and 2.
Looks like we got a new quarterback in the ball game too, number 10.
There you go.
Ryan Pullen.
So Ryan Pullen, the senior, coming in to relieve Ty Blair, the junior captain quarterback. So Pullen will take his second snap of the game. Pullen will hold it himself. He gets a pass off. He's 2 for 2 on his first 2 passes. That one caught by Phillip Brown, the senior wide receiver, his first catch of the game. 72-37 here in the fourth quarter. Clock at 7:20 and counting. Pullen really moving the ball around as much as he can, trying to work things quickly as they dump this one off. to Cormac Guerrero. He picks up about 8, 9 on the play as well. They'll give him 9 to the 42 or the 38-yard line. Second down and 1 coming up.
Seems like every time he catches the ball, he's just a split second away from breaking it.
You never know with the hand or with the ball in Cormac's hands. Has a lot of moves to get around guys. So Pullen, shotgun. He'll hand this one off to Edmondson. Edmondson gets upfield. That'll be a first down for Eastview.
There's Edmondson again up the middle.
And moving too quickly for me, writing in Pullen's name on my call sheet as Edmondson picks up 7. Second down and 2 coming up from the 25 in the red zone. This one on the ground, they're going to hand it off anyways, roll it over, and a whistle blowed. I guess Pullen picked up the ball with his knee on the ground, so they'll bring this one back to third down and 8 from 2nd and 3. They'll lose 5 on the play. Just could not handle the snap. So Pullen, shotgun formation once more. Next to him is Edmondson. 2 wide receivers, top and bottom of the screen. Here it comes, shotgun at Pullen, looks to the left. He's got a caught pass on the sideline, and they're going to say no, he's out of bounds at the 15. That was Oscar Vasquez on the reception, but like I mentioned, called out of bounds and no catch. So 4th down and
7.
It looks 7. Coming up for Pullen, and there was a jump, and the flag is thrown. They're going to get this one off. Cormac Guerrero gets held on the pass too, so there's
another flag.
Another flag. One I know for a fact is an offsides on the defense.
Yeah, there's going to be at least 2 penalties on this play because that second flag was considerably later.
And I don't know if it was him trying to cover that holding call from the defensive back, since the side judge didn't get it, or if they're going to call this one a holding on the offense and just offset the plays. And if it is offset on 3rd down and long, bring up a 4th and short, 4th and 2. Eastview seems to think they're offsetting penalties as they're staying put. And they will call them offsetting. So there we go. So they're going to offset the penalties. Offsides, the ref is still trying to call things out.
I don't know. Yeah, it looks like the ref's still calling, and everybody's trying to snap the ball at the same time.
So he picks up the flag on the field.
Thought we were going to have a snap at the same time the ref's calling the play.
So the head referee finally set to go. He says play ball. And Eastview will have a 4th down and 2. And a big 4th down here to try to get some points. Edmondson busts to the outside. He has enough for the first, down to the 20-yard line, and Edmondson picks up the first down on 4th. 5 minutes, 41 seconds remaining here in the ball game. 72-37. The Patriots are trailing it by 5 touchdowns. Some homecoming magic from Lampasas. There's a nice pump fake there by Pullen. He'll roll out to the left. He's got an open receiver, but just dropped. That was Devin Guildhouse. The senior just could not come up with the ball there.
He found that hole in the zone, and Pullen rolled to his left and put the ball on the money. I think he was already looking to turn to go into the end zone there.
So with the drop pass,
took his eyes off the ball.
So with the drop pass, 5:29 remaining here in the game. As Eastview roll this one out, Pullen to his left. He crossed over the body throw, and that's an interception. A good read there by the defensive back.
And the pass is picked
From Lampasas. That is Jackson Wright, the junior defensive back, with the interception on Pullen. And the drive dwindles out for Eastview, and 5:23 remaining on the clock. I do expect Lampasas to just run the ball and run it out.
Yeah, because you're talking about getting just maybe 1 or 2 first downs, and you could just run the ball out or run the timeout. I mean, both teams have their timeouts, but not so sure that you're going to see them use them.
So the Eastview defense ready to go. The Badgers haven't come out onto the field yet. And here come the Badgers, as this looks like a completely new second team, and they've got 2 seconds to snap it. One, and they get it off. As the offense runs this one up the middle, first down, maybe, no, yes. They'll just about give it to him. If not, it's inches away from the first down marker, and they will move the chains. On the run from KJ Reed. So KJ Reed with the first down, 10 yards on the carry. Clock now underneath 5 minutes to play.
Yeah, it's going to be 4:41 before they actually snap the ball, or the play clock runs out.
They're going to snap it at two to go. They're going to hand this one off once more to Reed, and he'll get stuffed pretty much at the line of scrimmage, maybe gain a yard or 2. Second down and 8 coming up for the Lampasas Badgers.
I think Lampasas is probably about a first down away from being able to just run the clock out.
Clock will be beneath 4 minutes to go in the ball game. So Lampasas, another shotgun formation, 11 tech. That means 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end along with the quarterback. This one, quarterback keeper, as JT Poten will get knocked in the backfield on the design quarterback run, loses 2 on the play. Third down and 10 coming up. And 3:45 and counting now left in the ball game. Third and 10 for the Badgers. They'll let this one tick away. They're down to 20 seconds on the play clock.
This thing, you look out over this field. I mean, it's a neat field, and they have a lot of fans come out tonight. They got
standing room only over on the right side, and this one cut up the middle as the wide receiver Hagen Onken will pick up a first down on 3rd and long, 3rd and 10, and he'll be marked down at the 39-yard line. 3 minutes to go in this game. It'll be about 3:30 or so once the ball gets snapped.
Yeah, I think we're getting pretty close to being able to run that clock out, because they're snapping it pretty much with 1-2 seconds left in the play clock. So
5 touchdown lead.
First and 10 for the Badgers.
Here comes the snap. They're going to hand this one off to Reed. Reed will get about 2 on the play, maybe 3. That's what they give him, 3. So it'll be second down and 7. The clock will be well beneath 2 minutes when this ball is snapped. So a first down will end the game if it is completed by the Lampasas Badgers. Hard-fought game. Glad to see the resiliency of the offense to be able to put up 16 points here in the second half and only allow 1 more touchdown after that 21-0 opening third quarter for Lampasas. They're going to hand this one off once more. Caught from behind. He'll get about 2 on the play, maybe 3 down to the 45-yard line, and the ball and the clock will be at 1:40 and counting, 35 on the play clock. So
yeah, I think they're going to have to punt it with probably about 20-something seconds left.
Just about a minute will be left on the game clock whenever the ball gets snapped, maybe a minute 6, as the
Lampasas Badgers get to return home happy on homecoming night for them. And Eastview will have to take the long drive home, trying to think about how to come back strong during district play. So another run on third down. It gets about 55 seconds and counting. 35 on the play clock, so there will be about 20 seconds left. So it looks like they're going to have to punt the ball to give it back to Eastview for one last time on the field. So 4th and 2, as they will probably punt this one away in the backfield for Eastview. Number 11, Landon Richardson, also played DB all night long, had an interception. Some good plays. Only missed one extra point tonight. He gets this one punted off. It'll drop at the 20, received by Cormac Guerrero. Cormac Guerrero, he's going to try to make something happen, but runs backwards and loses 5 on the play. 10 seconds or so comes off the clock, and there will be 10 seconds remaining in the game. And that'll be one more play for Eastview, as Lampasas will take a 5-touchdown victory over your Eastview Patriots. Not the result that the Patriots wanted tonight, but still a fun game, and got to learn a lot about your team and what needs to be improved on in the bye week before district play begins for your Patriots. And they're going to move it back a little bit to the 10-yard line. Not sure why. Something after the play. But 10 seconds to go from the 10-yard line. 1st and 10. 90 yards is the field. Back on the field, Kareem Edwards for the first time in a little while. They're going to hand this one off to Edwards. Edwards going to bounce it outside, and he can't get past to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be 2 flags in the backfield with 3 seconds remaining in the game.
There's a flag on the play.
I could see it being 2 things, a face mask on Lampasas, or even maybe illegal hands to the face. So it is a face mask on the Badgers. So that'll be 15 yards at the end of the game. 3 seconds remaining in a first down and 10.
Should be the last play of the game here.
And once the ball is set, the clock may be run, and they'll just walk this one off. So here it goes. Clock doesn't start. This one gets thrown up, and Guerrero smothered. That is the ball game as your Eastview Patriots take a 72-37 win on their homecoming night. The Badgers will let the home crowd go home happy, and Eastview, unfortunately, the 5-touchdown loss here in Lampasas. So saw some good, a little bit of bad, but at the end of the day, it's only more film to be able to go over and find those holes in your defense and that extra week you have to prep before district play. And the front 7 just was not getting the pressure they had been getting in the early season, and it's just was not the game that we expected from the Eastview Patriots. It looked like they were going to come out hot and this was going to be a shootout, but Lampasas, the team to put more points on the board, and Eastview just not able to come back from it. Yeah,
I agree with Cal. I think where Lampasas controlled the game tonight was on the their offensive line of scrimmage, and they were able to just kind of move the ball at will on Eastview. And you bring up a great point with the bye week next week. This is a perfect time to go back and say, hey, let's look at the film, guys, and let's make some adjustments so we can get ready for Cedar Park, because it doesn't get any easier.
No, it does not get any easier. It's only going to get tougher as you move into district play, and these teams out of the district 11-5A, not easy teams to go up against. So they get a week break, and we'll be back in 2 weeks at home as Eastview will host their first district game of the season in 2 weeks as they get ready to sing the school song and take that bus ride home. And they'll play Cedar Park to lead things off.
Yeah, 2 weeks from today, Cedar Park at home. And that is going to be right now on the schedule. It shows a 7 p.m. kickoff. But, of course, by then, our weather's supposed to be changing over the next week. So
Yes,
hopefully by then you're talking about maybe just in the 80s by the time the kickoff.
So one last time, I'll run through the sponsors list of the game to give them their shout-outs as they need. As Charles Schwab, Eric Johnson, Georgetown offices, Ideal Signs, Kaya, First Choice Roofing, Trueform Metal Service, American Fence and Supply, Lone Star Paving, Sonic, the Austin Avenue location in Georgetown, Texas, Hydrate, HTO in Georgetown, Golden Chick in Georgetown, right on Austin, and the Texas Crushed Stone. So, thanks for our sponsor, the Booster Club, for allowing us to be here, as well as SHN Sports and Rob Hipp for allowing us to be able to cover this game today and providing us with the equipment to do so as well. So, that'll be it for the evening. 72-37, your Eastview Patriots take the loss. For Keith Burris and Carol Burris, this is Kyle Owen. Thank you, and good night.